And we are live.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hello there.
Welcome. Come on in. Get comfortable. Pull up a chair.
Welcome to the sad bitch factory. We've been
Hey.
hard at work.
We're about to go.
Don't
we're
call
about
me
to
out
go
like
into
that.
Overproduction.
That's the Soaring City, Season 3, Episode
Is that what
8.
we're playing?
Through Shadow's
Sad bitch
Eyes.
Factory.
Ooh, I don't like that title.
But it's a good title. It'll make sense.
It's a good title.
It's a good title.
but I don't
good.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
I
have
can
to
still
like
hate
it,
it.
Nat.
Yeah,
I don't like the meaning it brings.
You're not our dad. We don't have to like
So,
you.
like promised last
Don't.
week, Nunu, just do the recap.
Pretty sure this wasn't the plan. Can we just
Been lied
play the clip or something? There's a clip that explains this.
Ah,
Play the
yes.
clip. What are we
That
on,
was the
like
joke.
a
The
late night
clip.
talk show? It's I heard you brought a clip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Would you like to
Ah,
set
we've
up
got
this
a clip ready for
Nunu?
you.
Yeah, set up
Would
the
you like to
clip.
set
Hold
up
on, let
the
me just.
clip? Set up the clip.
That's Zake at the Adventurers
Yep.
League.
Yeah.
Adventurers Club. It's the
Adventurers Club,
league.
whatever.
It's not a
It's-
league
it's-
yet.
that's like what they graduate to.
No, something about birds. I think there's something about birds, Nat.
Yeah.
But I think that's
Honestly,
it,
it descended into sheer madness.
I believe.
Okay, so
Fine. We only
here's-
care about the
here's-
pain.
Here's what I took out of it. The party is venturing to Shamsara for two purposes. One, to rescue Ferris's younger brother, Camille. And secondly, to collect this chromatic gem and prevent the potential destruction of
And
the
we
convergence.
Gotta get the screaming, and we gotta get
And get the screaming flower.
And get
Oh,
the
yeah,
screaming flower.
and the screaming flower, yes. But that's like kind of... Well,
It's
you'll
just
see.
as
Listen,
important.
I would argue it is the most important issue of our generation.
I'm not gonna
Alice might
pick that one up.
disagree.
I don't have a
Now...
horse in either race.
The big question
Oh, I'll
here was like,
cough
how
on
do we
you.
get to Shamsara? Because the goal was to do it kind of on the down low, and flying a giant city to come say hello is what we call conspicuous. So they came up with this plan to teleport there, because there's a teleportation circle, but then it'll be like showing up and saying hi. So they needed a cover. So I think the cover was approximately to turn most of the party into birds and have Zake lie his way through essentially magical customs.
Look, yeah, the idea with the birds was initially that we teleport close to the city and then fly in as birds, and then we can change back wherever we want. And then everyone else was like, let's teleport in as birds.
Now, to be fair, that would have been better, but sadly, the only teleportation available was to a teleportation circle, which was kind of where people are.
Yeah.
Really, we should have.
It's
We all
fine.
got abilities last week. We all should have just gone into, naturalist and gone in as mice.
Absolutely not.
With hands and feet.
No magic.
Oh, don't, Nat, no.
No magic. Get out of here.
So where that left off was that Alika had gone off to go talk to Hawkfrost and arrange potion acquisition, and the group had gathered in Starfall Spire to conspire. That's what we did there.
Go home.
And Zake had just really well, like, kind of summated it all together, and we cut there. Well, like, nothing actually happened, so we're gonna fast forward about an hour, unless there was something... I got you. Unless there was something that that someone desperately wanted to say to someone else, to a knock on the door.
Who knocks?
Faris will go answer it.
Nat knocks like that. The Alika who enters the door absolutely did not knock like that. And she just rolls on into the room. And goes, so I talked to Hawkfrost. He's going to be working to brew the potions overnight. We can go out in the morning.
Perfect. Thank you. Did he say anything about how turning back once you've been transformed works?
So, time. Now, it'll vary based on people's metabolism a little bit, but it'll be about 2 hours.
Okay, I mean, that sort of gives us time to get to where we need to be inconspicuously.
Yeah. Well, we can go at the dead of morning. Teleport there before the sun rises. Supposedly, when the sun reaches the apex in the sky is when the convergence should happen. So, should be okay.
Yeah. Zeke, you don't look convinced.
Is this happening like, do you walk in, or is this happening at the door, the conversation?
I mean, I imagine that they
she
came into
came in.
into the room. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So, sure, 2 hours. And we have no idea where this gem is. And I guess we have, what, about 6 hours to do everything? If it's at the apex?
Well, if it's a
Yeah,
gem that belongs to the Radiant, and he's keeping Camille in Solari HQ, then I imagine he's probably keeping the gem there too, because that's where he lives, and it's heavily guarded.
And if we're birds for a couple hours in Shamsara before the action starts, we can scout out where that gem might be
Exactly.
as birds.
Are we all going to be birds? Is there a non-bird option?
I mean, at the very least, me, Alika, and Naima have to not look like ourselves when we arrive. I'll probably also, Lena and Zake, if you could also help me disguise myself a little bit when I turn back.
Would you?
Sure.
I mean, the easiest sale is to have Zake pose as a bird salesman, right?
Yeah, I mean, the teleportation circle is basically for, you know, the people going to the bazaar, so... You know,
Yeah.
and other things as well, but that's its main use.
I think that's probably the best idea. I can't believe I just said that, but yes, it might be the best idea.
Look, so many people come in and out of the marketplace every day. I doubt they're going to question you that hard, but just in case, it's good to have a plan.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay. Well, in that case, we have to decide if anyone's not a bird or if everyone's a bird. And then I guess we're ready.
We also need
Once
to
the
decide
potions
who's doing what. Because we should, given the time crunch, we probably need to be trying to do both these things at the same time and then meeting up with each other.
I would very much like to steal from whoever this jerk is.
I mean, I was hoping
So-
that you would want to steal the gem, because that's ideal.
If
I
we are
very much
indeed,
enjoy that.
if we are indeed splitting between tasks, then yes, I would suggest either Lena alone or with my aides, we get the gem.
And it's just like, ooh, alone. I can get into so
I
much
don't-
trouble if nobody's telling me not to do things.
I don't think anyone should be left alone. Me and Naima will go to find Camille. However
And then-
else we split up the group from there is up to what everyone else feels they'll be the most useful at, I guess.
There's still the scouting the area where the convergence will strike, right?
Yeah.
I think that's
I mean,
also
maybe
important.
maybe Ro would be good for that, given that you can transform anytime you like. But we should probably have someone else with you as well.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't think anyone should be alone.
And then
I can do
there's the
that.
flower.
Could hit the flower on the way out, I thought was what we had
Ro, what
talked
were you
about. Sorry.
what were you saying, Ro?
Oh, depending on how far we need to split up, I can kind of help talk to some of the other group too, because I can do it in your head when I'm also a bird. So,
Oh,
That's true.
True.
You can be relaying information about whatever you find to the rest of us.
if
You
we're
think you can
not
do that?
too far, and we still gotta be kind of close though.
How close?
Well, in that case,
I think I need to be able to see people at least.
Okay.
that might be tricky if we are inside a building trying to steal a gem or trying to free a prisoner. And if I recall correctly, this convergence place is actually outside the city. So
It's
that might
not
pose a problem.
Outside the city, it's in the outer network of the slums. Still in the city limits, but not on top of the mesa.
Outside, yeah, exactly. Not on top of the mesa, though. So any type of visual contact will be really, really hard.
I mean, just in case something has been done to Camille, I feel like, Doctor, maybe you should come with me and Naima.
Oh.
And not wanting to leave Ro alone, and Alika, knowing your particular experience, maybe you should partner up with Ro on this one.
That's where you want me.
I will be looking for where this stuff is all gonna happen.
Yeah, you'll be scouting out the area where the convergence is meant to take place.
Okay.
And then we'll all need to reconvene somewhere before the convergence, though. So maybe it may be down there in the slums.
Yeah, if we have the time.
I mean, there's like a shop I used to kind of work at, like, that's around that area. Maybe that would work. They had like an area out the back for storing stuff. I can, give directions there when necessary.
Sure. If you feel like whoever owns the shop would be at least either not there or happy to help.
I don't know which of them it's going to be, but it's just a place that I'm familiar with and Naima's familiar with, so it just makes it a step above somewhere that no one's familiar with.
Sure. That makes sense.
So, sounds like you've got a bit of a plan together. You do have a few hours to catch some sleep if that's what you need.
I think that's probably for the best. If you can, then rest. You'll need all your energies for tomorrow.
She just kind of silently glances away awkwardly.
Good day.
And one last thing. Let's establish that the priority is to get your brother out. Because if we by any chance don't get the gem, we know where it's going to be.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But we can do both of these. We can do it.
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
Of course.
In the very, very
Always
very
good to have a
slim
plan B.
chance.
Right, so kind of a little bit of time in the interim. What are people getting up to? Just nap time, jitters, or is there something more that anyone would like to accomplish?
I'm just gonna quickly spend 2 AP to make a bird merchant persona, thank you.
Sure.
A merchant. Got it.
I'm going to spend no AP to make myself a wife of bird merchant persona in my head.
Yeah.
I have an important question. When the Doctor transforms into a bird, is it going to have a little bird mask over its bird face?
Oh.
It's a very important question.
It shall
Will
be
it
a
also have a
raven
tiny
with a
hat?
bone bird mask over.
Goth ass.
It's like some
raven.
Cubone shit, and I do not
Yeah.
like that.
Nope.
Faris will insist that Naima takes her room, and then kind of says like, yeah, I'm gonna sleep on the sofa, but then doesn't go and sleep on the sofa. She just goes up to the roof by herself.
Okay, and
Naima will put up a little bit of resistance, but will conk out. And Alika also just crashes on the couch.
Nice.
like, I think Lena having gotten a good hour and a half of sleep is good for the next 36 hours for sure. But we'll probably I think, would hear Ferris going to the roof because their room is on the top floor. So I think it's like one of those things like waiting to make sure Zeke goes to sleep because Zeke needs sleep. That's important. And then once Zeke is asleep, is gonna like go up to the roof and see what's going on. See, like, because I don't know who went up there, but I'll make sure Zeke is asleep and then like creep up and be like, who the fuck is awake?
Who's in my spot?
What's the doctor up to?
Gonna-
Excuse?
Interesting. And what's Ro up to?
Bro's gonna go curl up in Tiny's bed in their room. And they actually lock their door if anybody tries to go in, like, after them. I don't think anyone
Oh.
is, but should they try, it will be locked.
Quick test. Can you hear me, TK? Can people hear me on stream?
Apparently. So,
People hear Robert.
cool.
Yes.
Okay, good. So
What
what Robert said that put all of us on Twitter was that the doctor wanted to talk to Naima, which was just like,
That's the least likely conversation combination I could have created out of this
I
group.
know.
I don't know.
This is like Captain Holt and Boyle going to lunch.
All right.
Who's Captain
so
Holt
gonna-
and who's Boyle in this
I don't know.
situation?
So
Ooh.
I'm
I'll have to
just
think
I'm gonna
about that. I'll
toss
get back to you.
I'm gonna toss the decision to Nunu because I feel like it. Nunu, you're gonna have a dream, but you want to have a conversation? Do you want to observe a conversation between Ferris and Lena first, or do you want to dream first?
I want the dream first for reasons. Go on.
I don't like
All right.
any of that. This sucks. I don't like this.
You dream of snow. Winter forest with bleak trees, leafless, snow falling softly. It's almost like it's like that dream moment where like you're doing the thing and you don't even there was no like thought process of building up to it. You're just walking through this snowy forest. You're comfortable. It's not cold. You come upon a circular clearing and you can feel as your feet stepping through the snow that there is stone underfoot now. In the middle of the clearing is a little structure, like a stone circular comes up to just slightly below chest height. And you hear a voice from behind you. Zake Sarkar. Finally. And as you turn, you find yourself face to face with a tall, pale woman with very dark hair and these almost glowing blue eyes. She puts her hand out and says, Lorelei.
Zeke hands out their hand as well. I figured. Shakes.
I have to say, I'm a little impressed. You've done remarkably resiliently.
Well, can't speak for the previous owners, but if you're impressed with me, then perhaps the previous ones were the problem.
Well, your pesky heart just doesn't want to stop.
Well,
But I was hoping we could be better for each other. You have been a very successful bearer of the wand, and I was just hoping that we could facilitate its passage to someone new. Your heart starts beating again, your blood flows, you have a lovely, loving wife with someone who loves you. And I go on my business.
Well, you do have my interest. I would be lying if I didn't say so. But perhaps you can tell me a little bit more about what your business actually is. You see, recently I've had an interesting conversation that has put some things into perspective.
Interesting conversation. With that, what a blowhard, the historian. Was that the one?
Yes. Friend of yours?
He knows not the gifts that has been squandered on him. My game, my business, is persistence. Continuance. I don't have some grand doomsday plan. It's just that you're a little strong-willed, and I'd like someone weaker.
Well, I can't say that I'm not tempted. But at the same time, everything I've been hearing about your legacy, about your actions, about what you've done in the past has put me, well, let's just say, not at ease to pass on this torch to someone less capable.
You would forfeit your own life to prevent me mine. Because, make no mistake, that is the decision you stand on the precipice of.
I don't know. You told me yourself that I was resilient. Perhaps I can resist longer and longer.
Oh. You think that I can't win this fight if I want to? You think your puny, mortal heart has a chance? Look, a little spark of love will give you a torch against the darkness, but eventually it will be smothered.
Perhaps. I believe this conversation has deviated from its purpose. And I'll admit it, partly my fault. I do not wish to be adversarial with you. Tell me, if I were to do this for you, how would I go about it? How would I do so without forfeiting my own life? Because the previous owner of the one did tell me that was impossible.
Last time, with the previous owner, Arvis, I was unattentive, asleep, waiting. This time, it'll be my facilitation that would make it easy. All you'd have to do is agree and sleep, and I can take care of the rest. I will warn you that waking up to the sudden feeling of your heart beating again will feel like a heart attack.
Well, it seems like you do have some power over the... Just looks around. I mean, my consciousness? What is this even? I don't know. I'm afraid I'm rather busy at the moment. I like to make informed decisions. Let me think on it.
So you're embarking on a important mission?
Indeed.
And you want that to go well, right?
Yes.
And you're involved in that mission?
I am.
Take the deal before it gets worse.
I don't think so. If you want so much to persevere, and have to stop fighting against me, then you can wait a bit longer.
You should be ready to apologize to Ferris when her brother doesn't make it.
We'll see about that.
Good night, Zeke.
Good night. Truly was a pleasure.
And like a dream, just shifts on, becomes a little less lucid. Whatever Zeke would normally dream about, but maybe just a little bit shittier.
Damn.
So, while that's happening, Ferris, what are you doing on the roof?
Faris is training, but it's a very, like, when Lena goes up and sees her, it's like a very obviously frustrated and stilted form of training, like to distract herself. And she's like, growling with anger every time she fucks something up, which is a lot because she's not actually trying, she's just trying to let out some anger.
Yeah, I think while you're doing, like, you just hear, like, Lena comes up and is just like, "You're thinking too much."
Yeah, I know.
I know it's kind of your thing, but when you're fighting, it's usually not.
I just thought that maybe if I could do something other than walk in circles in that fucking living room, then I might be able to think clearer, better.
And?
Not helping.
Yeah, that sounds right. I know there's a lot on your mind, but if there's anything that you want to talk about, I can just sit up here with you. If you want, I got a little bit of sleep while you all were out, so I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I figure I'll let Zake's asleep. He needs the sleep. I don't so much, so. I mean, I'll leave you alone if you want to be alone. I could do something, but I heard you come up, so wanted to see if you wanted any company.
Well, figuring out on my own doesn't seem to be working, so I would appreciate the company.
Well, I've got plenty to give. And I'm just gonna go, like, sit down, like, against, like, the little wall.
Yeah, Faris doesn't sit, but she does. She begins her, like, pacing again, but now she's holding the spear, so it feels even more, like, dangerous. You just hear the butt of the spear just, like, tapping on the floor whenever she walks.
I think people are trying to sleep downstairs, for what it's worth.
True.
Just try, like, take a couple, like, really deep breaths. And usually that helps. Like, try to focus on, like, one thing. Like, is there, like, one thing right now that you're trying to figure out? Just breathe real deep until you figure it out.
I mean, it's just...
It's
I don't know, I feel like I have to think about a million things all at the same time. I'm scared
Mm-hmm.
about going back there and what might happen if me or Naima or Alika get caught there, or what might have happened to Camille.
Well, that's tomorrow worries. Do you have today worries?
And I'm increasingly frustrated that Arvis won't get the fuck out of our lives, and that we always seem to be, 100 steps behind him. And
There it is.
and now he's mixed up with something in Shamsara, and I think
He's got his hand in everybody's pot, it seems like.
yeah. You remember when the I hit me in the head?
Yes.
I don't know why, but ever since then I feel like every now and then I just feel some kind of pull back to that magic I got from it the first time, which I thought was I don't know, it felt like it was depleted after I used it. And I think I could do it again. I could maybe try and use it to figure out what Arvis wants to do, or what his intentions are. But I don't know if I should go near that magic again after what happened last time.
I am the last person to understand anything about how magic works with anything, but for what it's worth, from a uninformed party, if you think that you have a way to find out more, you should try to find out more. But also, knowing what I know about Arvis, which isn't too much, but is a little bit more than most, if you have a way to look in on him, or whatever it is this magic is, I can almost guarantee you he's going to know. So it's maybe we get the leg up and we know what he's planning, but then he knows.
I don't know if that's...
I
don't really understand.
I don't either. But
I don't really understand how it works. That's what worries me, because last time it felt like something definitive and final, and there was no way to change what I saw. I'm also worried that, if I see something that I don't like, then I'm just gonna have to sit with that knowledge.
Well, that's kind of life.
Most people don't go around with a spell that can, I don't know, is it seeing the future? Is it seeing possible I don't know.
Seeing the future, you know that part.
Doesn't know if it's seeing the future or seeing possible futures.
Fair.
I cannot begin to understand any of this, but if it's something you think might give us a leg up, then why
From
not?
a tactical standpoint,
But
he's I was thinking about using it on the Radiant, but, you know, I know him.
Yeah, fuck
I
that
don't
guy.
know Arvis.
Yeah, I mean, I also feel the need to give a disclaimer that taking advice from me probably isn't the best idea. However, I think it might be a good idea.
Can I also give a disclaimer that advice you've given to me in the past has been good advice?
Well, that's about romancy things. I'm kind of sort of okay at that. That's yeah. That's different. This is the gondola flying swinging from the bottom of the city, Lena. This is the Lena that you should not listen to. But that being said,
I mean, swinging from the bottom of the city worked, didn't it?
yes, it did. And no matter how many times I say that, that's not the point. But now I'm kind of curious too.
Yeah, I think I was basically just trying to talk myself into it. I think.
I mean, if you want a second opinion, I can go get someone who's much more rational than I am to offer some kind of, like, if you need to be enabled, I'm here to enable you. It's, I guess, what I'm saying.
Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try.
Or is this safe? Like, do I need to, like,
I
watch
don't know.
you in case you hurt yourself? I'm just gonna stand by the stairs just in case I need to go get help.
I mean, last time, could you tell I was even doing anything? I just sort of
Nope.
did it in the moment. I didn't even really.
All magic looks the same to me.
I mean, fair. Okay.
But have at. I believe in you.
Thank you. Someone needs to.
Oh, we all do.
So, what does this look like? What does Ferris trying to trigger prophecy look like?
So I think this time she's trying to be much more calculated and considered about it. She sits on the floor with her spear in front of her and kind of treats it like the sort of meditation she might do before training, and tries to really, like, tap into the magic and try to understand it more and try to see more from it this time.
Nice, nice.
And of course she glows, because she always does.
Yeah, and as she's starting to glow, it's harder this time. Our camera kind of pans up and out, and in the background we see a figure striding off into the darkness, away from Starfall Spire. A familiar figure. It's Zake. But we're gonna get back to that. Doctor, you want to talk to Naima?
Yeah, we better get back to that. What are you doing? What is happening?
Not anymore. I want to see this.
No, I have to delay it. I have to make the build up.
I'm dying, Matt. I'm dying.
All right,
Don't
and
worry,
I
we'll
go
do
in
the
and I kill
prophecy
Naima. Let's
after
get back
this
to this.
conversation. Robert.
Yes. So, the doctor shall go to Ferris's room as he had heard that Naima would be there, and just go knock on the door.
What?
Would you have a moment to speak with me?
You hear shifting and bed springs move, and then the door opens, and Naima's there holding this like mid-held scabbard of her sword. Kind of slightly blurry-eyed. She was definitely asleep. What?
Oh, apologies. I did not realize you fell asleep so quickly. Would you mind if I come in? I don't want anybody who walks through the halls to hear.
Yeah, it's not my room anyway. Come in.
Right. Walk in, close the door behind. I wanted to come talk to you because, well, you are the most important thing to Faris and, you and your brother. And I don't want her to, I don't want her to get hurt if something were to happen to you.
Listen, Gramps, I can take care of myself in a fight.
I understand that. I do. I'm not asking you not to come along, of course. I expect we'll need you. But, in my home, we have, and this is completely up to you, I understand that there are still problems, but, in my home, we have a few rituals. One of them supposed to be that the younger is tethered to the older of a family to make sure they make it to become the new head. In my family, we did not do it, but basically, should something happen to you or Faris, should you wish, I could link the two of you together and make it so that any wounds one of you loses, the other loses equal amounts. It allows me to heal either one of you.
I don't need to rely on my sister for healing. I'll handle myself.
I understand. It would protect her too, but I understand. No. You don't have to worry. I also have difficulties with family. I did not mean to bother you.
I don't have difficulties with family.
Well, then you're lucky. I will see myself out. So, should you change your mind,
as the doctor's like leaving, she's like, you could do it with you, just not Ferris, and don't tell her. This does sound useful.
Are you to tether yourself to me?
It's just that's all like tradition-y bullshit from Survein, right? None of that matters.
To be fair, yes, it can be done to anyone. It's just usually. No, you're
Let's
right.
do it.
You're okay. This is going to be weird. Okay. I'm going to need you to give me your hand.
Chucks the swords and in scabbard on the bed because like in her hand the entire time. She goes,
Grab her hand and just light sort of envelops both of our hands, and then begins to turn into a wisp of what appears to be a string of light between the two of us. Then it just fades away.
kind of tingly.
Yeah, well, now should I heal myself, or you get healed, the other one will gain the benefits.
Yeah, seems useful. Why aren't these crisscrossing all through our little team?
Well, honestly, I never thought of doing it more than for the special occasions. It feels very intimate when it's done, so I was like... No, you're right. Thank you for your wisdom.
Just like, don't let tradition get all in the way of you not dying. Dying for tradition is just an absolute waste of your life. I'm gonna catch some more Z's.
Yes, rest well. Bro, I need to connect you to Ferris.
Pull out
Anyway.
the red thread board and be like, all right, we're life linked here and here and here.
I mean, each person, I don't feel like an individual can be a life link to more than one person. That would be silly. But Ferris and Ro could happen. Oh, the real strat is to link Ferris to Ro to Poppy, so the doctor can just carry Poppy around with him and just heal Ro from anywhere.
Water Poppy.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, I could also Lapis, who is always in my cloak.
Excuse me, Robert. It's called Life Link, not Skeleton Cat Link.
You're
Tiny.
You tiny.
But Tiny was
So now we want to have that conversation with, or maybe we can see where Zake's up to, right? Or there's something going on in the roof, isn't there? I should probably check in with that.
What the fuck is Zeke doing?
Yeah, what the
Well,
fuck is
that-
Zeke doing?
What the fuck is Zeke doing?
Oh, don't give that face, Nunu. You know.
Who knows? I don't know. I guess we have to see what happens in the roof first.
All right.
Plotting. The plotting.
So a little bit
I
of
hate
time has
it.
passed because it's taken a build up. Lena's relaxed slightly, although Ferris's glow has increased to glow a little bit more. And then, almost as if glass breaks, the light exuding out from in front of her turns and starts to spin. Like the iron eye often spin when you use them with just the shape, but it's only crafted out of the illumination. But it's so, the brightness has cranked so strong, it's almost a solid shape as it spins. And then Ferris's eyes start to glow and have an outpouring. And then our little camera dives through those eyes. So, prophecy. Welcome to your prophetic menu. Who would you like to prophecy, and what option would you like to choose?
I'm Nat, your guide to the world of prophecy.
Nat knows. The audience
I
doesn't
do know.
have to know.
No. I want you to tell them.
Okay.
Tell us.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I think Faris does focus for a moment on Erin, and then she refocuses and remembers that there are, bigger threats out there, and she focuses on Arvis. And Faris doesn't actually have control over this because this is a weird ability. The player has control over what the character sees. So,
Izza, which prophetic option are you choosing?
betrayal.
What does it mean?
Okay, so that means the creature, Arvis, will betray their allies at a pivotal moment in pursuit of a hidden agenda.
Shocking. Who would have thought?
But
Isn't that just
the interesting one here
Arvis?
is that the interesting one here is it actually has to be his allies,
Mm-hmm.
not just people he's fucking with.
Yep.
Mm. Still sounds like Arvis.
So we close in on the Shadow Master. Your vision gets torn forward, and you see a black and white depiction of Valerith sundered upon the ground, ripped into a blackened hole burned out from its heart. A moment later, you can see around it a city. Almost instinctively, you know this is High Kenser, but it's different The darkness writhes with tendrils and claws. Something has emerged here. And as the view turns, you see a roiling portal. Like an oculus of an eyeball. As the vision slants upwards, you see the sky. The stars, but they're broken. Cut in awkward shapes, almost making a Picasso-esque face. And then it darkens and our vision pulls out. And we pull out of Arvis's eyes as we see his face, now with color. There's a tear falling down one eye. And it hardens, resolves. He stands up and he walks out of the room. You hear the echoing of his footsteps through the stonework. Something glitters in his hand, but it's obscured. As he walks out from the room, that vision fades. And we see an almost drawn view of the throne room in Orlath. The Empress in her battle blues, in a spear, sitting upon the throne, and Arvis standing before. The vision is obscured partly by what almost seems to be teardrops of blue running down the view. It's a still image. It goes dark. And you hear Arvis's voice. Impossible is for the unwilling. We see the image come back, but only 2 minor changes. The Emperor is now leaned forward, incensed. Arvis holds an object behind his back, hiding it from the Emperor. A wand, gnarled and simple, familiar. It goes dark again. You hear Arvis's voice again. I love you. And I'm sorry. And then Ferris comes back.
Need a moment to react as Izza before Faris can react. Faris loves people?
Ferris does love people.
Sorry, Arvis. Oh god.
I knew it!
Did it work?
Faris is
So,
like...
Oh? Yeah, and you're doing exactly what I was going to ask, which is tell me what Ferris looks like before Ferris responds.
Okay, yeah, no, Faris is suddenly like eyes wide and drenched in sweat and kind of scrambles up from where she was sitting and backs away.
Is that a yes?
Yeah. I think, yeah, I don't know what else that would have been. So,
Are you okay? You look a little freaked, and not like freaked you were before, like real freaked.
that might have been a mistake.
We all make them.
No, Lena. I saw, like, Valerith destroyed and Arvis with a wand, and I think he was gonna kill the Emperor.
Well, that's fine. Not the wand part of Valerith, the Emperor. That's fine.
And there was
But
a
what?
there was like a
Like,
it was like a portal or something, like this magic, this dark magic, like swirling, and the sky looked weird, like it was broken.
well,
I think he had the wand of Lorelei.
I'm gonna be right back. and I'm gonna go downstairs and just like peek in the bedroom and see if Zeke is there. And assuming
Zake's
Zake is there
gone.
sleeping.
The wand's on the bed, Lena.
Is it?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I hate this so much. I'm gonna pick it up with my fake hand because it didn't do it. It just gets cold, but what the fuck does it matter? My hand's not real.
You do feel the cold because your
yeah.
hand's good.
It's a good hand. It's a good hand.
That'll do, hand.
That'll do. It's the best hand I can store money will buy. And I'm gonna go back upstairs.
As you're heading back upstairs, you hear a knock at the door, the front door.
What the fuck? I'm gonna like listen for a second to see if I like maybe hear the doctor going to answer the door. But if I don't hear like movement or anything, then I guess I will go to the door. I'm gonna, I guess, try to just like hold the wand behind my back or something.
Yeah. As you approach the door, you just see a letter get slipped down through the bottom.
Is it addressed to somebody?
It's addressed to Ferris and has a bunch of urgent markings on it.
Okay. Cool. This is fine. I will pick it up and I will go up to the roof
Sure.
and just be like, so 2 things. I know that you've got a lot going on, but you got a letter and Zake is gone. But this was still here. I'm just gonna like hold up the wand. So who the fuck knows what that's about? I mean, he's not in danger. I know that much.
Yeah, you could feel it.
Unless
if he
I
was
feel
hurt,
like,
right?
do I feel knowing that I would know if he's in danger? Do I feel like he's in danger?
Not as far as we have used that ability in the past, no.
Okay, cool. Fuck.
You know, not more than the usual danger, Megan.
Yeah.
Baseline danger. But here is a letter for you.
I don't care about letters right now.
It says urgent in very large block red letters.
I mean, I'll look at it if you want to just think about what's going on in your mind palace.
Sure, why not? You know, she's just kind of still standing where she was before, and she hasn't picked up her spear again.
Yeah. I'll cut it on open and take the letter
It's a trial date.
I
All
know
right,
it
well,
would
we
be.
don't have time. We don't have time for any of this. This is whatever.
It also
the episode.
it's a trial date. It also lists that it apologizes for the delay in proceedings as it was very hard to locate an impartial figure to judge.
Varys just makes friends everywhere she goes.
Let's just let this city crash, and we'll just find a new city.
Did Lena say that in character?
God, I wish. Lena has no attachment anywhere. Like, Lena's from High Kensor, and she doesn't give a shit about that place. Like, well, we won't worry about this.
Yeah, that fucking trial is honestly the last thing I care about right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We can deal with that when we
Reasonable.
get back, or I mean, things could go really bad in Shamsar, and then we won't even have to worry about it. So there's also that. Sorry, that was. I try to diffuse tense situations with humor. I'm told that I'm not great at reading a room, but are you gonna be okay? Do you want me to like hang out with you?
I don't know.
To either question, or just the first one?
Both?
Okay. Well, would you like a hug? I don't know. You just look really like freaked out and scared, and I don't really know what to do in situations where like people are unhappy. So like I can get you some water if you want some water.
I'm sorry, I
Nope, it's fine. It's fine. You don't need to apologize. You've got a lot on your plate.
Why did I think that would do anything useful?
I don't know. There's
We're gonna
probably
jump
a-
over. Oh,
Yes, like, there's
Yeah.
probably a reason. Like it maybe right now it just seems like it's all real bad, but maybe it's not all real bad, but we just don't know it yet because we don't know the context of whatever it was that you saw. Maybe it was like a scale model of
Lena,
Valeris.
please don't joke
I-
right now.
All right. If you need me, I'll be downstairs.
Thank you for
as
trying.
Lena's footsteps echo into the darkness, we're going to go see what Zake is up to. Also, it's weird seeing Ferris so broken.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it?
Like, in that way. Normally she's like angry broken, drinking broken. This is just like dumbfounded broken.
Yeah, she has her reasons. Don't worry about it. I'm sure she's fine. I'm sure Zake is fine too. Let's find out what's going on with them.
Yeah. So, Zake, where are you headed?
So, Zake just, after that dream, just wakes up, rolls to the side, looks there. Lena is not there. Kind of brushes his hand up and down that side of the bed. Just sits up straight, sweating a lot. Puts his face down in his hand, rubs his temples a little bit. Okay. And quickly stands up, puts something on, not even caring about what it is, the first piece of clothing that they found. And just runs outside, completely disheveled, like loose hair, sweating profusely, and just makes their way to the historian.
Ooh.
As I assume he arrives and enters the building and arrives at the door, not even like waiting to go to Hoxfrost for the mutagen or anything, just straight up to the historian's door and just like pummels the door violently.
At first there's no response, but as you keep pummeling, there's like some rumbled like, what?
Can you open? I need to speak.
No. Why are you here?
I assure you that you probably want to hear this. I also don't have much time. What's even time to you? You're immortal, doesn't matter.
Doesn't mean I can't be bored or annoyed.
Yeah, sure.
It's you. I can smell you from here.
Yeah, Starboy, whatever.
You hear the things unlock. And he opens up with the safety chain. Like, what?
We need to talk about the wand and Lorelei and things. It's getting worse, and I'm afraid that she wants to do something nefarious. Literally, I would ask anyone else, but I don't know anyone else that might be able to help.
Closes doors. And he goes over. And you see, it's funny because like his flat is a mirror of Starfall Spire flat. So he just walks over, but where you have a couch and like a coffee table and stuff, he just has a recliner and like one side table. And he goes and just like flops into the recliner and goes,
Is there any alcohol around, Nat?
there's alcohol around.
Zeke just like dashes towards where he previously saw any bottle and just like pours himself a dose and starts drinking.
Hey, that's mine.
Once that's done, I'll get you some. Don't worry. So the previous owners of the wand, did they ever interact with Lorelei herself?
Sometimes. Towards the beginning, she was more active. Later on, she kind of figured out she could just wait. Deal with less annoying people. I can relate.
Yeah. That makes sense. So she's active again. And I don't think that whatever she was telling me is the truth, and I need you to help me because I don't know what to do. She offered...
She talked to you.
Exactly. That's why I'm here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be bothering you.
And he like ruffles through his jacket pocket and pulls out a liquor glass, which definitely doesn't fit in his pocket. It just like came out of there like, and he goes, me too. And as Zeke pours him something to drink, hopefully.
Yeah, he just refueled the glass again.
Yeah. What did she offer? She's active. She wants something. What's happening now? Why now?
She offered to let me go and help me transition the wand to someone else. And obviously, at first, I thought it was a good idea, but then immediately, second thoughts, I couldn't trust her, obviously, not after what you said.
First things, why isn't she just overpowering you and taking over your life?
beats me. Did she
say anything? Were there any
struggling.
clues?
Yes, yes. I think it was so quick. She said she was struggling and she needed someone more, less resilient and more malleable, and that I mean, love could stop her for like a period of time, but eventually she would overcome me as well.
I mean, that does kind of make sense. Most of the imbeciles who tried to wield the wand in the past were, stodgy, wizardy types who kind of lived alone. You know the. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So you're a bit new. Magic there's an emotional component to it. So maybe that's the truth. Kind of looks at you, cocks his head to the side. Really? You?
Well, I've been used to that look my entire life, so don't think you're the first one. Yes, me.
Maybe she can't beat you.
But what if she can, and all this struggle is in vain, and she'll just move on to the next person once she's done with me?
Well, you have an option. You have a decision here, don't you? You probably do the selfish one. That is what wizards tend to do. But you can either fall on the proverbial sword and try to contain this thing. It tries to tear you apart. Like the last one, he managed to get it inside one of the vaults and get it contained for 800 years until some person came and disrupted it. Or you can just pass it along and say, not my problem. One of those is better for the world.
It is my problem. It is your problem. It is everyone's problem if that happens. And if she gets to choose the next wielder, then we're doomed, because she's not going to choose someone that can resist. And then what happens? This is why I'm here. I don't want you to tell me what to do. I just need to know the consequences.
Well, Lorelei crafted So one of the reasons we had to make magic a little more specific, bind it with all these rules, is because ambitious humans like Lorelei would create things born from vagary that would be very dangerous.
I know, like the fear of taking, and that's why you had to build the prison to contain it. But does that mean that Lorelei can't use that magic anymore because you've restricted it, or does she still have access?
It would be harder with the way the flow of magic work now, but not impossible, especially with her wisdom and time and having been from back then. But it would be harder. She's had a lot of time to nuance her plans, though. Admittedly, for the most of our world's history, I would know, she has been, at least to some extent, loose upon the world. And, like, I'm still here, so it's not like Armageddon. It's not good, though.
Yeah. That's what I feared. And there's no way to destroy her, is there?
Theoretically, there has to be. Magic done must be undoable. But we spent a lot of time on that. If you can do better than a few aeons. If you ever have a chance to talk to the Sun Keeper, she might know.
Sunkeeper.
Yeah, there's like some people that were left to maintain the Solari process, and she was the kind to get bored.
Does she go by another name, perhaps?
Maybe. I mean, she had one, but we were supposed to give up our names when we became immortals. This whole thing, but
Sure.
Jalia.
Jalia. Any clues how to find her?
Well, she should still be stationed in Shamsara. It's Council of the Sun. Ever heard of it? God, you work with a Solari, like...
Yeah, I can iron out the details. I just wanted to know where. I mean, no harm in trying, right?
She could retaliate on you personally and your life.
Yeah, so she kind of threatened to do so already when I refused the proposition.
A wizard with integrity. What is this? This whole world's gone topsy-turvy.
I'm not a wizard. That's why. I'm just a soldier.
Working in what army?
The same as you, believe it or not.
I'm not in the army. I'm not a soldier. I'm just some old man who made a bad deal one day. Let's put it that way.
Well, if that was the case, I don't think you would have told me all of this. But sure, fool yourself all you want. I appreciate the help.
Literally my
I
job.
really do. Sure, I'll pretend I understand what that means. Immortals, right?
Let me give you one last piece of advice then.
Please.
Don't trade your life or what you love in it for more of it. So many mortals strive towards immortality. It's the briefness that gives it light and meaning. And the ability to shoot lightning from your hands. God, I miss that.
Thank you. I think I understand. And I can assure you, if the world stopped needing me tomorrow, I would be happy to depart. So I don't think you have to worry.
Oh, where's that? He starts digging through his pockets and he pulls out like an empty whiskey bottle and another empty whiskey bottle and a half full bottle of bourbon. Other pocket. And he eventually pulls out a necklace that has like a golden beetle with two kind of angelic wings. And they're pointed in that, like when, like 10 and 2,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, take this.
Sure. What is it?
You'll need it in a few days.
Okay. Just put it on.
Don't wear it. God, that's dangerous.
You didn't tell me. Just takes it off.
Do you want to just get ripped through time on a whim?
No, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm not a wizard.
Never trust a soldier to do a wizard's job.
I guess somewhat that is correct, but well, anyway, doesn't matter. I'll seek this Sunkeeper. See what can be done.
Hope you don't die.
Well, honestly, same. But if I do, let's hope she dies with me.
As Zeke starts to leave, he goes, wait. Where's my drink?
I'll swing by later if I live.
You also drank like 4 fingers of 2,000-year-old scotch.
You could have warned me. I wouldn't have shot at it.
I'm joking. I bought that on Tuesday.
Oh my God, you are the absolute... You're not so bad.
You owe
after
me
all.
one.
I do. I seriously do. Thank you.
And as you leave, he pulls his wand and waves it, and the door starts to lock up, and he goes, I gotta stop lying so much.
Why? Why have you done this to me?
This is bullying.
And
This
before
is
anything
bullying.
else, Ro, what have you been up to?
Rose sleeps peacefully while everybody else is having a real bad time.
Yeah, Rose having a great nap in their room right now. I do think they sleep for a while, but they will wake up eventually, and I think maybe practice doing some of their writing, like we had briefly talked about.
Oh, yes. I love that. Did you do that?
I didn't get to actually do what I had wanted. No.
Okay, so now it's just foreshadowing for now.
Sure.
Yeah. Don't be worried. It's just really bad.
That's cool.
It's fine.
Is
No.
Rose writing their will.
As Ro is scratching out on this paper in a notebook. I think they gave him a journal by the doctor at some point. That's what happened. We just kind of a camera pans down, and off of their left foot, this little curl of silver that disappears after a couple feet. And we're gonna go to a break.
Fuck you.
Break. And I promise we'll be back.
I'm done with this game. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Nat will be
Oh my
back, the rest
God,
of us won't.
Yeah,
like-
it's just
This is
that.
one of my favorite hour and a halves of game
This
ever.
was
It was real
On-
good.
On an
Nat
important
show.
note, Faris stays up on the roof for a while, but eventually comes downstairs and cuddles up with Alika on the sofa.
No.
Aw.
Very important.
That's
Very
the most
important.
important thing said all night so far.
Lena just sits up in bed staring at the wand until Zeke gets back.
Aww.
Oh, also,
Oh.
corollary. I'm sorry about the prophecy.
Are you though?
Are you?
Are
You gotta
you?
stop
Hype
lying.
for
You
it.
gotta stop lying.
Nathaniel, you and your lies.
Maybe it was really innocent. Maybe the historian just was lying when he said he hopes Zeke doesn't die.
Nathaniel, you made a baby do a strength save last fucking game.
Yes.
It was for Echo's good. Really, it was Iz's fault.
I mean, that was one of my favorite moments in any game ever. Was the baby has to make a strength saving throw.
So maybe it's makes reach.
Oh
Anyway,
my
we're gonna go break. We're gonna play our season 1 2 recaps during the break if you want to listen to those. But also, you can take a break. No, and we'll be back. All of us, I promise.
Hi, Drake.
Well,
We'll see.
I can't promise this.
Hello, I'm Nat, the guide for Quest to the Soaring City. I'm going to run you through a lightning quick recap of Season 1, the story of betrayal, loyalty, and revenge. Our heroes of Starfall Spire don't begin as heroes at all, but recently freed prisoners of the crumbling regime of the horrible Baron Kovrax. In the newly free, flying city of Valerith, they're given ownership of Starfall Spire, a new home, a new beginning. They're approached by one Arvis von Hrinth, a former butler with a sinister voice, to retrieve an important artifact that opportunist and capitalist Lord Darnell is hiding from the city. They lie their way into Darnell's vault, fight off guardian automatons, and retrieve the Iron Eye, an artifact made by the Baron himself to command the infernal machinery imbued throughout Valerith. While the party passed off the Iron Eye to Arvis and celebrated in port, Darnell discovered the theft, stole into Starfall Spire, and dognapped Tiny, the party's wolf companion, and Rose's sister. Our intrepid band declines to betray Arvis to Darnell and instead move to rescue Tiny immediately. At the worst possible moment, Zeke disappears, sequestered off into the Shadow Realm his soul is entangled within. But they do it. They go head-to-head against Darnell's metallomancy magic, blood spills, iron rends, and they escape safely, with Tiny in tow. Lena had pacified Darnell by giving him a name, Nare, who, according to Arvis, was actually the assassin who killed an Imperial noblewoman that Lena loved. The next day, Ferris unknowingly finds herself working alongside Nare after being recruited by Alika Saidu, a badass revolutionary leader and future Valerith counselor. Ferris and Nare save Alika's life after she gets petrified by a trap, but while Nare's friend Dart heals Alika, Darnell comes seeking the Iron Eye from Nare. Ferris steps up to protect her, and in a tense standoff, Darnell backs off to avoid a scene. Meanwhile, the Doctor, Volwyn Denor, is interrogated by Arvis over a dramatic chess game, asking about his homeland of Suravane. When the Doctor wins the game, he gets one question of Arvis, and learns that a catastrophe gathers from Suravane's mountain peak. As the day draws to a close, Nare confronts Lena, demanding answers, having discovered why Darnell was after her. Lena tries to take vengeance into her own hands by murdering her on the spot, but is deftly outmaneuvered. Nare flees, having learned why Lena wanted her dead. Time passes. Our heroes get a moment to reconnect, and the Doctor gets a mission for them. The party jumps off Valerith onto a colossal mushroom to retrieve an ingredient required to remedy the Gasping Shadow, a plague that afflicts thousands, including the Doctor. Along the way, the group gets sidetracked when Zeke recklessly dives deeper seeking the Wand of Lorelei, a mysterious artifact shrouded in the same dark energy as the realm of Shattered Light where Zake's soul is entangled. Zeke binds himself to the wand, and it, in turn, reaches inside of him, stopping his heart, keeping him alive by its own power. They emerge from the mushroom, left behind by the city, stranded in the rain. And then Arvis appears to them. By now, our heroes were growing quite wary of Arvis. He'd given them the identity of an important assassin and warned of a catastrophe rumbling from the peaks of Suravane. Who was he? Certainly not some former butler, as he intoned. Now, as Valerith visited the imperial capital of Orlath, he offered to get them back onto the city in exchange for Ferris's influence over Alika on a pivotal matter. You see, the Empire needed Valerith to stop Suravane's catastrophe. The Knights of Sur intended to sunder necromancy from the world, an act that would kill any who'd ever been healed by dark magics. And only with the Soaring City could the Empire assault the impregnable mountaintop fortress of Suravane. Under duress, the party agrees to Arvis's terms to avoid getting stranded. However, they rapidly renege once home upon learning Arvis's plan for Valerith involved Imperial occupation. In the Season 1 finale, Arvis uses the Iron Eye the party delivered to him in Episode 1 to slam Valerith to the ground as Imperial forces advance, intending to take the city. Meanwhile, Lena and Zeke fight Nare head-to-head and lose before striking an uneasy truce. In the midst of the fight, Alika appoints Ferris a vanguard of Valerith, and Darnell sacrifices himself to defend his city. Zeke admits his love for Lena, and they kiss. And desperate, our heroes throw a gambit, striking out at the Imperial Warwalker and stealing the Iron Eye right from under Arvis's nose with the help of Rose obscuring fog. They fly the city up and away, wounded but victorious. However, something dark got into Zeke on his last trip to the Shadow Realm. Who did Lena kiss? Him, or something more sinister? That, my friends, is revealed in Season 2. Heya, I'm Nat, back to recap Season 2 of Quest the Soaring City with alacrity. We return a week after the Empire's attempt to seize Valerith. The city is hiding low in a fog-choked canyon deep within Imperial territory, and Ro hath decreed it to be their birthday. They receive charming gifts from each hero, as well as Alika, the badass revolutionary that Ferris pines after. One touching birthday later, and our heroes resume their search for the second Iron Eye. Eyes do come in pairs, after all. They delve deep beneath the Soaring City's Julep Cemetery and encounter a cabal of skin-stealing devotees bent on the Baron's return. In a heated battle against wrathful undead, Zake employs the Wand of Lorelei to banish one skin thief, Venestra, all the way to the realm of Shattered Light. Oh! But Zake was actually being controlled by an entity trapped in that realm known as the Fear of Taken, so his actions may have had untoward intents behind them. When they do find the Iron Eye, it's guarded by a scythe-wielding, skull-masked knight who, spoiler alert, is Ro's father. His name is Rolst, and he clearly doesn't want to fight the party, but is magically compelled to attack Ro. By the end of her disastrous battle, only Lena remains standing between Ro and this terrifying enemy. Desperate, she grabs the wand from Zake and just manages to banish Rolst, allowing an escape. But they'd learned one chilling detail. That Ro's death could return the Baron to life. Our heroes surfaced from the catacombs to find Valerith under siege by a mercenary company known as the Golden Gear, led by someone familiar to Ferris. She ventures out alone to meet the Golden Gear leader, surprised and delighted to find it to be her old Solari mentor, Janan, who's actually there to help Valerith escape Imperial pursuit, and advises Ferris to seek the aid of the Dawn, the first Solari ever. As that's happening, Shadowzake gets up to no good and shadows the head journalist of the Valerith paper, a diplomat from Sewervane, an order of knights that want to sunder necromancy from the world, and their downstairs bakery owner, Mr. Batinga, bending them to the Fear's dark will. Then, Ferris gets served for negligent homicide by Dee's Pizzeria. Yeah. Valerith takes off, headed for the Knights of Sewer. Ro and Everett, a fellow troublemaking kid, want to help Ferris, so they break into the pizza place for dirt. Instead, they find a closet full of stolen skin suits. They run, horrified, and are attacked on their way back by Rolst, who gives Ro donuts before fighting the kids. They make it away safe, but not before seeing Ro's mom, Liddell, at a distance. She's a terrifying undead warrior woman who needs to slay Ro to earn her eternal rest. Ferris reveals to Alika that she was originally sent to Valerith to kill her. She rebelled against orders, but still feels immensely guilty about it. Then, they both share that they've fallen for each other, but neither can set aside the guilt at putting themselves ahead of the city they both serve. Speaking of lovers' trouble, Lena meets the Historian, a wizened but jaded observer of the world, and learns that Zake has been taken over by this Fear of Taken, and that trying to get him back is almost certainly futile. She also receives a mutagen that will allow her to talk to the real Zake just one last time. She slips it into his drink. Real Zake breaks through, reveals the people he shadowed, and asks Lena to take his life. She knocks him out instead, takes the wand, and runs to Arvis for help. Arvis offers an answer that requires killing Zake and putting his soul into a new body. Lena agrees, but seems hesitant. So Arvis contacts an assassin, against her wishes, to do the killing part. The assassin, Roderick, easily gets to Zake, but reveals he's Zake's brother and refuses to kill him. As Roderick flees, he's identified by Everett as his father? So Zake and Everett are related? Wild. With Roderick gone, Ferris shares about the Dawn, and the party all venture out to meet her, bringing unconscious Zake and Batinga in hopes she can help. The Dawn is a kindly and exceptionally old Solari, who teaches Ferris the powerful spell Last Light, and with its fearsome power, Ferris banishes the fear from Batinga and Zake, the latter of who Lena promptly gives a long overdue smooch. A lot happens as the city approaches Sewervane. Lena and Ro infiltrate the castle to dispose of poisoned stones that evil Batinga had sent. Ferris and Fallwind save the shadowed Surian diplomat with the power of sapphic love and light magic. Ro puts on a necklace sent in a letter from Rolst, and it bores into their heart, giving the kid control over Valerith's flight. It also calls Ro's mother, Liddell, to Crown Tower to fight our heroes, which nearly kills Ro, twice before Liddell escapes. Ferris and Alika finally put themselves first and kiss, finally. Before we know it, the Knights of Sewer are putting the finishing touches on their magical spell to sunder necromancy from the world. Our heroes split into two groups. Lena, Zake, and Ro delve beneath Sewervane to disrupt the ritual, while Fallwind and Ferris descend onto a platform wrought of sunlight to fight the Father of the Dawn, the spiritual and martial leader of the Knights. The battle above is pitched as the father releases devastating strike after strike, but all they need is to buy time for below team to steal their way into Sewer Vein. Zeke leads the way into a grand cathedral chamber full of 100 scribes invoking their grand ritual. Strapped for time, Zeke relies on a lethal technique, Slayer. In an instant, he kills 50 of the scribes invoking the ritual, stopping it in its tracks. Above, the Father of the Dawn feels the ritual end, and in an act of utter spite, he calls a meteor down from the heavens to strike Valerith true. Our heroes have stopped the ritual, but the cost has been immense. However, even in darkest times can hope flourish. While soaring back to Valerith on Bird Row's back, Zeke proposes to Lena. She agrees, and they bind their stories together, from this step till their last. Hello.
All right. Hello. Welcome back. I'm gonna hurt the only person who got out unscathed so far. It's time to hurt Ro. All right, Sam, you... Excuse? I didn't mean it. It'll be okay. Where'd they all go? Robert, help.
Oh, Nat, you've decided to give in.
I'll do anything.
How does it feel to be
Please.
bullied in return?
Yeah. Have you thought about what you did?
Have you
Doesn't
thought
I
feel
have how I
nice.
did.
Doesn't feel
And
very
now
good,
that you're
does
all
it?
back, I do not apologize in the slightest.
We played our cards too
right.
soon. Damn.
All right, Sam, you ready to get hurt? Can't hear you, Sam.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
God, Fury.
Here we go.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's what happens when I turn my mic off in multiple places.
Mm. You ready for pain?
Yeah, let's get sad.
Let's get set. So
Let's get sad.
we're gonna come back with Zake returning from talking to the historian. And you're gonna run into a familiar face in the way. Professor Peleus Hawkfrost. With a big box.
Oh,
He's actually kind of standing out front of the bakery, like, kind of looking at it like, do I just walk in?
yeah, just walk in. What are you waiting for? Time is of the essence.
Zake, right?
Yes, correct.
Hands over the box.
Oh,
It
are these the...
rattles with glassware.
Yeah.
This says the bird potions. There's also a couple healing potions for safety. Oh, and a special little warding concoction that'll like hide your magical signature. Figured that might be useful. I can only make one though.
Oh.
I timed the debirding down a little bit because I figured that would probably be helpful to tune it lower. And now it's very tired. I'm gonna go sleep.
How much lower though? Because we've heard 2 hours. What's it at?
About
now?
half that.
Half that. Oh, wonderful.
You know,
Thank you.
varies based on metabolism.
Sure. That makes sense. I think. Actually, I don't know. But thank you.
Well, if someone's really big, then like the potion has to get through
I-
more of
I
them, so like
I
it won't
got it.
last as long. But like Ro is really tiny, so maybe they
but-
don't have to drink a whole one.
Good night, Professor. Thank you.
He starts to turn and goes, I also heard you were gonna speak at the Adventurers Club at the public college. And I don't want don't say a word, but I just want to tell you that Sarkar, you could do better. You can make more of yourself than that.
Sure. Thank you. It's like just like stands there as the professor walks away. He's like, thank you, I guess. Just confusedly walks in with the box in hand.
Why are you confused? I made perfect sense.
Yeah, no, sure. He was like, what is this? Again, with people in their universities.
Well, look, you know,
Yeah,
the Hawk Frost
so
keeps tabs on
I'll
Mad
just bring the
Lamar,
box.
you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Valerith State
Clearly.
versus Valerith College versus Valerith University.
Yeah.
It's the Amethyst Lyceum versus Grundville Public College. You can tell which one's which.
Gosh, I hate it so much.
Grundville's the
Grundville,
better
are you
one.
serious, Nat?
Grundville is a district in Valerith. It's residential.
Grundville
What's their,
Community
what's their
College.
mascot?
The
we
Grundville
have to figure
human
this out.
being.
No. Actually, the
Grundville
Grundville
human being?
mascot is one of the Frostweaver ants.
Yeah.
Go
An ant
ants.
encased in an ice cube.
They've had real trouble though because the doctor's been going there, and people started to think that the doctor was the mascot, and so they're really trying to make people understand that it's not the doctor.
Yeah, because he's so tall and has a big fake face. It kind of matches because normally mascots are really tall.
Big fake face.
Why
With
are we
big fake
having
faces. Yeah.
why are we
Fake
having a
faces.
season of hurting ourselves when we could be having feuds between Grundville Community College and the
Yeah,
Amethyst
could
Lyceum?
we all just enroll in
Yeah,
college?
can we?
and just have a community
I-
season.
I would like
Oh,
to
I
major
want
in
it.
ladders at Grundville Community College.
I want it so bad.
Ladders.
No, but you're the truest repairman.
Oh yeah, Faris is the truest repairman, it's true.
Tips on history of ice cream.
You know, and then we'll have like the traditional Zake speeches and whatever, you know.
Zake's an adjunct professor.
Is it weird how much I want this now?
No,
One
it's
shot.
not weird at all.
It's not weird.
I
I want
desperately
it
want
so
this.
bad.
Next
we need
show.
this AU.
Ah,
All right.
This is the
So-
spin-off.
back to
Zeke
Sad.
comes up the stairs to the flat.
Is anyone around? Awake?
As
I've
you
got questions.
open up, as you walk in, it's dark, and you can kind of vaguely see a couple figures lying on the couch. And then a light turns on and shows Lena sitting, watching the front door.
Oh, you scared me.
I scared you.
What are you doing?
Oh, wait, sorry. It's like, and then notices that they're sleeping. Like, sorry, I scared you.
Yeah. Why'd you have to dramatically just turn on the light like that? Why
I
were
don't
you
know what-
sitting in the dark?
I didn't want anyone to see me, and they're sleeping.
Okay. I've got the potions.
Is that where you went? Like, I just went down. You were sleeping, and then I went back downstairs, and you just had fucked off somewhere.
Yeah, I went to Hogfrost's to get the potions. He threw in a couple of extra stuff. Healing potions and one magical disguise, like flattens your aura. I don't know, I don't remember the words.
All right.
Have you
Okay.
slept?
No, I don't need to sleep.
Yes,
I'm
you do.
fine.
Go sleep. Please. It's gonna be a big day tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I'll be
Good.
fine.
And
I just.
I need you to be top of your shape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that means that you should go
Yeah,
and
maybe you should too.
okay. Go with you.
And I'm just gonna reach my hand out and toss the wand to him, and be like,
Oh.
You forgot something.
Touch it. Well, I reckon I wouldn't need it. But don't touch it.
it's fine. And like my hand is like a little like frosty looking. It's like, it's fine. But sure, I'm too used to you just disappearing. And
Well,
just thought that was over and got worried when you weren't here.
of course. Sixes takes a step forward and just like grabs Lena and pulls her in closer. Just quick squeeze.
It does that
hug.
thing where it's like the real like be like, I do not want to be hugged, and then after like a
Yeah.
moment it's like, all right, yeah, I do want to be hugged.
Zake's heart beats and it hurts. And you feel the wand get a little bit colder in response.
Why does it keep doing that?
It's getting worse, but it can wait. First, we help Ferris.
And then we figure out how to get you unbound to this thing.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, while I was in Hockfrosters, I did ask if you knew anything else about, like, people like the historian, you see?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently there's one in Shamsara. If we have time, we should investigate.
Oh. I mean,
We should
yeah, if everything doesn't
definitely
go to
ask
shit-
Ferris as well.
Yeah, I mean, if everything doesn't go to shit and we don't have to run out of the city, that would be great.
That would be amazing, but given that our plan is birds, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean,
Anyway,
yeah.
sleep?
Yeah,
We have like 2 hours.
that's more than enough.
For you?
Mhm. You're the one that went out wandering the city at night. I was fine on the 90 minutes I got before everybody got home.
Fine.
But sleep. Yes.
If I see your reflexes are not on point tomorrow, we'll know what it was.
You can say I told you so as we get thrown into Shamsaran prison.
Okay, no, I don't want to say I told you so if that's the... Anyway,
All right.
let's go.
All right.
And we go.
Here we go.
So, that was adorable. I've run out of things to hurt you with before you go to Shamsara. So if you'd like to continue the
Press
pain,
X to doubt.
We have to go to
Uh,
Shamsara.
if you'd like to continue the pain, just go to the public college so Madeline can warp you all there, and then the pain can continue.
Excellent. I guess in the morning, Faris would.
By the way, like
Go-
by morning, it's like the sun hasn't risen yet. It is
Yeah.
early.
No. Just
Luna's
like.
up, like wide awake, like ready to rock and roll.
Well, Lena is a person who could help Faris disguise herself, so she goes to her
Mhm.
to have like some makeup put over her tattoos, and then I've got ideas for her disguise. It's fine.
Yeah.
But mostly she just like mutters to her, "I'm sorry about last night. Can you just not tell the others about that? I just don't want anyone else to have to worry about. We've got enough to focus on, you know?"
Yeah. Don't even worry about it.
Thanks. So anyway, make me look like not me somehow.
Okay. And I do that.
All right, so I just sent a message to you to try to do
Oh,
like
I
behind the
do
scenes,
it.
but yeah, it's
Oh.
either 1 AP or roll the die to lightly disguise the Ferris.
I will.
The
roll
Ferris.
that.
The Ferris.
The Faris.
That is a 17.
That's a full success, and then you also have an Alika and a Naima to hide.
Gosh.
All right, yeah. Line up. Let's go. Get the party all over again. Everybody.
Yeah, everybody
All
goes
right.
for Zake.
You
It's
know
like
what to do.
4. It's like 4 a.m. It's just like
This
does
has
have,
big,
like-
like, morning of convention energy. Like,
Oh
everyone
my
getting into
God,
their
yes.
cosplays.
Wedding morning.
Yep. Oh my god.
You guys
So that's
doing
an
this in the
18
main room or in
into
somebody
20.
else's room?
An 18 and a
Okay.
20. of my other
So
two.
Naima's really
I'm
well
so
disguised.
fucking good at this. No, this is just Lena and Zake's bedroom.
Yeah.
Zake's probably
All right.
doing persona things too, so it's fine.
So in my head, every time we mention
Probably.
Zake and Persona things, I just imagine Zake standing in front of a full-length mirror, like striking poses for some reason. Like that's just the mental image I have.
Just like practicing like accents. Just like, hello.
Striking poses and
Hello.
muttering dramatic phrases.
That's pretty much it. Do you want to buy some birds?
Like,
No,
it's
maybe
my
a little higher.
fiance.
Do you want to buy some birds?
Okay,
I'm now
so
just imagining
twice.
Zake doing the "Hello, welcome to Chili's" thing, but hello, do you want some birds?
Okay, so twice now when Megan has said that's my fiance, I've heard Beyonce first and had to correct.
Oh, that's what
Hello,
Megan
that's my
said.
Beyonce.
I
That's
heard
my
Beyonce
Beyonce.
as
Zeke-
well.
Zake is also my Beyonce.
That's fair.
I mean, if you like it.
Just superstar status.
Excellent.
No one's better.
All right.
So
Anything else in the morning?
Yes.
Discussing potions. Oh, sorry, doctor.
This actually would have been almost immediately after Zake and Lena went up. The doctor would sit up from the couch, just be like, "That was weird," and then leave. And this is very quick. The doctor has written a letter to his master explaining the weird foot thing with Ro, and is literally just slipping it under the door where he knows she is, and going, "Please look into this," on the letter.
Okay, but you need to stop calling it the weird foot thing. Like,
Can we
please.
Yes, please.
I don't know what it is. The weird foot thing. The
No.
silvery
Is his
tendril.
face. I saw
Like,
his
do I
face,
have an
and I was like,
ingrown toenail?
Thank you.
What is
Thank you,
happening?
Nunu. You're on my level. Just,
Yeah.
No, can we not refer to it as the weird
Yeah,
foot
no.
thing, please?
Oh, okay. Hold
Not
on.
to yuck
I-
anyone's yum, but
to be fair, actually, I was
Gotta
talking
be a
about the
better
silver thread, but now that I think about it, also the decay sense.
Lena's also, I'm gonna spend an AP to use my disguise ability because I am staunchly anti-bird, and I'm gonna like look at what Zake's doing because Zake is from Shamsara and knows how people from Shamsara dress, and I'm going to then craft my
He's never been
own. You never, whatever. I'm sure you know better than
Just
me.
For once,
Just imagine
Ferris knows
Fer-
more about clothes. Sorry.
Just
Yeah.
imagine Ferris but hotter, and you'll be fine.
Impossible.
damn.
But Megan, what are you
Whoa.
gonna do? We only
Shots
have one
fired.
anti-magic potion. How are you gonna
Um,
hide your magical abilities?
You get who fucking knows. So, yeah. So I'm gonna disguise myself to look like just like assistant bird merchant.
Urgent.
Merchant.
Merchant. Sorry,
Ferris will.
vice
Oh, sorry.
vice merchant.
Vice Dean Bertrand.
God. Ferris will try to keep some parts of her armor on, like maybe the breastplate, but then kind of generally cover herself with some sort of wrapped, draped fabrics, and in particular, sort of wrap some fabric around her head to create some sort of like turban thing, so her hair is covered, but her tattoos are covered with makeup. So hopefully, you know, people in that part of the world need to wear stuff that covers their face anyway, because it's hot and it's deserty, so it's not too weird looking. She still gets to wear a bit of her armor, but she doesn't look like herself, is the general idea.
And the
Like
only
that
tell
yellow
left
armor.
standing is the weird Solari eyes.
Yeah, sadly.
Get some sunglasses.
Yeah. Oh my god. Has Zake told the rest of the group about the potions, including the extra potion, by the way?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Faris is just going to take the potion that masks people's magic auras, like without even saying anything. and then
Looks
we'll
like,
kind of. So
sure, that makes sense.
I can sense magic. It's a thing other Solari can do. So if they can sense my aura, they'll already know what it feels like.
Yeah.
And then this entire disguise is useless. So, yeah.
No, of course, that makes sense. There's only one of them, so probably makes sense that's you. But I just a question, Faris.
Sure.
Who or what, or I don't know, is the Sun Keeper?
Where'd you hear that?
Yesterday, when I went to pick up the potions.
What, from Hawkfrost?
Might have eavesdropped another conversation.
Sure, that sounds believable. Well, the Sunkeeper is the keeper of Solari knowledge and magic and lore, and all Solari train under her to a certain extent. I studied magic with her for a little while.
Oh, do you think she condones the actions of the current leadership of the Solari? Because
Why?
remember when we were talking about people being immortal and having access to a lot of information because of the aforementioned immortality?
Yeah.
So apparently she's
God.
one of them.
Oh god, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
and-
know how her and Erin are close. The entire Sun Council work together all the time. I don't know if I can see her having many different opinions from him, but if she's immortal, she's been around a lot longer, so maybe that changes things. I couldn't say. It's not like I spoke to her after I was arrested.
Fair. Well, that's a shame. Well, if everything goes well, then perhaps we can try and find her. If not, then we just stick to the plan. Okay, well, thank you.
You want to go and try and talk to a member of the Sun Council while we're breaking
If we
into the
have-
city to steal from them?
Mm-hmm. That about sums it up, yes?
That seems like a very bad idea.
Oh, most definitely.
Great, as long as we're on the same page.
Yeah, as I said, only if the opportunity presents itself. But I do wish it does.
Is this about the wand?
Yeah. Yeah, so when talking to the historian, we found out that people that belong to this, whatever they call themselves, the group of immortals, have different pieces of information that pertain to their different domains. So the more we find, the more information we get.
She's an expert in magic. I guess she
There
might
you go.
know something. Oh god. So long as it doesn't interfere with
No,
the rest of it.
only once we get to Gem.
And Camille.
Well, that's your part of the job.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
No problem.
So we're ready to do this shit or not? Naima says.
Yep. Bird
Yep.
up.
Yep.
And
You
we might
gotta
want
go to the teleportation circle at the public college
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
Oh,
I just felt like it was cool to say bird up.
also, before we go, I had a conversation with a friend last night, and they made it evident that what we do in SOAR does not have to bind me. And Faris, I don't know if you and Ro would like, but I could tether your life forces together, so that if one of you were to take healings the other could. It's just an
Naima
option in case
just,
something happens.
Like, Naomi just walks to the door and opens it. Come on, Doctor, wasting time.
I know that that's a really useful thing, but that seemed like a, intimate, special thing for Lena and Zeke.
That was a special ritual version of it. We have a few different versions in SOAR. The one I did for them, I would never do just nonchalant, but it's fine. It was just an option.
Sorry, I just have a lot on my mind right now. I'll think about it. And Ro obviously needs to think about it too.
Yeah.
I don't really get it, so whatever everybody thinks is best.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Who were you speaking to last night?
Well, I had to go out and drop off a letter to my master, and I had a conversation with a friend.
Seems everyone was everywhere except sleeping last night. Okay, shall we go?
Yeah.
Burning daylight.
Go.
Everyone rolls to public. On your way through the bakery, Batinga gives everyone a donut.
Aww. I'm gonna hold on to this one
Uh,
for 2 weeks.
Faris wraps hers in a napkin and just puts it away in a pouch somewhere.
Aww.
Oh,
I see you.
What you do.
My heart.
And when Alina goes to pay for them, Batinga just gives her a look, like, not today. I'm being formidable, and it's having results.
This day is not
Alright.
that day.
Yes, that's certainly. Yes, you sure are telling me.
Look.
I'm just gonna wink and then remember that I need to sneak money into the cash register when we get back.
Of course. I
Naturally.
honestly expected you to flick it off a wall and it bounces around and still somehow gets in.
No, he's
Trick
being
shot.
firm, and I don't want to discourage him, even though he's
Shoots it
wrong.
from a gun into the cash register.
makes a hole in the cash register.
Right. You arrive at the college. Sun hasn't even risen yet. You're just getting that ever so slight beginning of that blue on the edge of the horizon.
Go Frost Dance.
And at the square of the public college is Matt Lamar in a jacket that almost just barely doesn't skirts the ground. And he's got his wand and he's kind of cold. Oh, you're here. Good.
Yes, they are my friends. Also, Zeke has agreed to speak.
I heard.
Oh,
Well,
News
because
gets around
otherwise you
quickly.
wouldn't do this, right? Because that's what he told me. Kind of points at the doctor.
Yeah. Now, warning, this is what we call a static motion teleportation, so it's not technically instantaneous. It just travels really, really, really fast. It's basically instantaneous. You're gonna see it and it's gonna feel weird. That's why I'm warning you. Don't worry about it.
what if we
Okay.
just
Should
close
we-
our eyes?
Close our eyes.
Oh, absolutely not. It's fantastic.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay.
I mean, I definitely want to see it.
Yeah, I mean, it
It's
sounds
gonna be great.
Oh, yeah,
I said I
was
think
not
most of you are
going
gonna be
to close my
birds for
eyes.
it.
Oh,
Yes.
Birds
Whenever-
can see things real good.
Whoa.
So,
Whenever you're ready, they'll drink the potions. So just give them the signal.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, this type of thing, you might metabolize it quicker for people like Ferris and I who are larger. Just to note, we might pop out quicker.
we'll be fine.
Oh, and by the way, Hogfrost halved it, so it should just be 1 hour.
Okay. Did he say how long the magic field dampening potion lasts?
No.
Excellent.
Just turn to Professor Madmar. You would have no clue about that, would you?
Well, it depends on the ingredients, the mixture, and like the potency used, and all the
So-
other kind of thing. I could go into
so
it in more
no.
detail, but I think
Please
time
don't.
is of the essence.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
drink it now. And she'll like neck it right before necking the bird potion.
There's like this weird moment where like
What kind of
the
birds do you have?
tattoos, where you can see them slightly under the makeup, like dim slightly.
Ooh. I
Okay.
need to know what kind of bird everybody changes into. It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
important.
Ro
for
is
me.
actually specifically waiting to make sure so they can match everybody.
Aww. I mean, we can all be different birds if
Yeah, you can
Zake
be
is a
different birds.
bird merchant.
Yeah, a merchant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, do we
So,
have
yeah.
a cage though? Is there a cage? I
Yeah,
feel
we
like there
picked
should
up
be
a cage.
Yeah.
We picked up a
Sure.
cage.
yeah.
No, just like open up your. Just wear a big coat and all
Yeah.
the birds are on the
Want to buy some birds?
Hey, wanna buy a bird?
And these are my
Alright.
birds.
Just that visual of like a cloud of feathers after opening the coat is so good.
All right, Robert, what bird do you turn into?
I am, of course, a raven.
And the
Wants
other
to buy
obvious
a
one,
raven.
Lena.
Oh, I am not.
Oh,
going
Lena's
to be a
not
bird.
birding,
I
right.
am going to be
That's-
a person. Lena
How are
is
the two
always
that
a
we-
magpie.
How are the two that we already know what bird they'd be not turning into birds?
Yeah,
That's funny.
Lena is always a
Because
magpie.
we already know.
Yeah, I mean, Nunu would be a blue jay, obviously.
Oh my. Oh, you.
Turn into a shrike just so you can do
No,
shrike
please
things.
Please no.
See, my instinct for Faris is like a golden eagle, but that's fucking massive and probably wouldn't even fit in the cage.
Fucking eagle.
Please.
No. Be a
No.
be a golden pheasant. Look them up. They're pretty cool.
Golden pheasant.
They are pretty
Golden
cool.
pheasant.
Also very big.
Yeah,
They're
no.
awful large.
So my second option, which
Be
is
a
not as big,
peacock.
is a red
Like a-
cardinal.
Yeah, so like a finch, something songbird
Ooh, red
size.
cardinals.
Yeah.
We have them
Red
around
cardinal.
here. They're gorge.
Yes,
With like little gold tips on the ends of the
yes.
feathers.
Aw.
Many cardinals
Worse.
by us.
I
Yeah,
must
we have
have my
aesthetic.
aesthetic. Leave me alone.
In the cage.
What do Naima and
Get
Alika
in the
turn
cage.
into?
Ooh,
In-
yeah.
Naima turns into a small hawk.
Nice.
Ooh, like
Ah.
a kestrel,
Yeah. I don't know.
like a
Uh,
like a peregrine falcon.
I don't know. And Alika actually just a fairly simple robin.
Aww.
Aww.
In the cage.
And Ferris, you already said.
Ferris is
And
in
then
the
what does
row.
Ro turn into after?
I think Ro's going to turn into a little starling.
Ooh.
Right. Oh, and
In the
just to
cage.
be clear, because it needs to be said, Ro is turning into a bird using Ro's normal ability,
Yes,
right?
I am not taking a potion.
Figured.
Does
Oh,
that mean we have an extra bird potion just in case?
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah. Hawkfrost never met Ro. He wouldn't know. Didn't need to.
Also, as a note,
And there would have
before
been one for
drinking
me,
the potion,
probably.
the doctor would have explained to Lapis because going out of sight of the doctor makes Lapis disappear. To lay in the cage inanimate and pretend to be former food.
Lapis crawls in the cage, lays on his side, and just kind of falls apart, letting all the bones tumble into a pile.
I love it.
Such a useful skill.
It's like the play dead from Divinity.
Yes.
I feel like there's probably two cages because like a raven is also massive. So it's like one
Yeah.
cage
Yeah.
with the
It's
with
probably
bones
like
It's
and
with
one-
the raven,
One
raven
big
and
cage.
hawk, and then like
I mean, you do have two Birchins. So,
you have two
know.
Birchins.
Two
I'll hold the
Birchins.
small.
Oh, fair,
I have the smaller
fair,
cage because
fair.
I am a smaller person.
Yeah.
So I have the little birds in one, and then the bigger
Right.
birds in another.
And Mad Mom's
This is
like,
a
all right,
cool
everyone ready? Thumbs up, birds, give me a wing.
Yeah.
Yes! He does hear in his head Ro just go, yeah, I'm ready!
All right,
Ro speaks for all of the birds.
safe travels. And as he like winds the wand, and this kind of fun, it almost makes like lightsabery patterns, and then blasts into the circle with a rainbow chromatic light, which then envelops you all into one little sphinctive location. But to everyone, you actually can feel yourself present together, but it's like a bending of space-time. And then it shoots off across the sky. You get high enough you can see the morning sun as you are flying across dune and dune and dune, and quickly, ever so quickly, you see this glorious mesa with buildings just draped and built upon it, and the grand gleaming palace off the top, as well as other structures, come into view. And then Zake, you hear a voice in your head says, "Let's add a little chaos." And then suddenly, you stop. And as fast as everything was rushing past you, she says, "Reversey." And suddenly, instead of you rushing through space, time is passing. You can see the sun just moving through the sky. You see this, and as it approaches and it starts to approach upwards, time passes, and you can even see the stars, which are abnormally out today, start to converge slightly, almost like teeth. You can't do anything?
Oh my gosh. Can we see the city already, or?
Yeah, you can see the mesa, and the city is built upon the mesa, on the side of the mesa, and sprawling out from the bottom of the mesa.
Oh,
but time is passing very quickly. Gotta think fast.
Ooh. Okay, so can I focus on the effect that's targeting me, that slowing the time pass, and just try and invoke reflect up to move it in the opposite direction?
Sure. You gonna grab your wand to do that?
I feel like no, I can't. I don't think so. Just like sheer. Right. Again, Zeke will just focus super in the moment and just imagine that whatever's happening with the time is actually happening in an opposite direction and force it into existence.
You're trying to reverse the reverse. It's like an Uno. All right. Give me a roll.
Oh gosh. Sorry, is it? This is it.
Don't fuck this up. No pressure. Don't fuck this up.
Come on. 13.
That's a full success.
By the skin of your teeth.
And as you see the sun start to slow as you reverse the effect, and you see, and there's like this dragging effect, almost like in sci-fi movies when you go into hyperspace and light starts to stretch, and you can see the stars converge into little lined teeth. And then it breaks, and you start to just zip back across. And then right as you are coming into this grand courtyard between high-walled buildings, towards a now illuminated television circle, you just hear in your head again, "Knowledge is such a gift, isn't it?" And Lena, suddenly, blasting through your head, you have everything Zake did last night, including the dream, just joinked right into your brain. Right as you appear inside this bazaar, each holding a cage with birds, and you're just looking at each other in a disguise.
And I'm guessing
a heartbeat
Zake is
passes.
Aware.
Zake feels something, but doesn't get the precision.
Gotcha.
And then a voice pops out and goes, "Business."
So he just kind of looks at Lena and kind of stills his face.
I think Lena dropped the cage when all of that happened and just is like scrambling to pick it up again.
And Zeke just puts on.
Lena, Megan, high or low?
Low.
Okay, so
First
the
time
cage
teleporting.
door.
This is just like
the cage door pops open, and the person staying there goes to scramble to close it, but the birds, none of them leave the cage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as he
If-
closes, he
We're
goes,
very
Those of
well
us in
trained.
there, yeah, we flap
We're very
around
well
just
trained.
to make a show of it,
Yeah. very well behaved.
Lots of training.
Oh. Well, now that was a first time. Sorry, apologies. Hello. My name is Bert. It's the first time I visit the city. I bring exotic birds. Me and my wife are breeders of birds, and perhaps we thought that you could enjoy and perhaps buy some of them from us. This is a market, correct? Is this the wrong place? Kind of looks around.
Oh, you're in
Confused.
you're in the perfect place for that. Do you have paperwork to prove your identity, names, with pictures attached to them?
Oh, of course. Kind of Zake reaches into his pocket and produces some kind of fake document that he prepared with a persona ability.
Oh yeah,
the
Persona
night
covers
before.
that.
Yeah, and just hands them over.
It's like, this you've traveled quite far.
Well, yes.
Why
go
to
all
our
the-
little humble city across the desert?
Well, I'll have you know that we like to travel the entire world. We just do this as a hobby. Actually, we have plenty of money, but we just like to do this to meet new people and experience new cultures and new environments. You should do the same.
Well, it's very convenient you say you have a lot of money because the closest thing I can find to put on these birds is a livestock tax. So,
I will produce money.
excellent.
There you go.
Yeah, Lena, I'm just gonna like take out the coin purse and just be like, what's the fee?
Insert amount of money that you
I
can
will
pay.
give that amount of money.
You win this round not using currency. And your wife.
Oh, she just travels with me. I am the owner of the business.
But identification?
I didn't know this was necessary. Did you bring your documents? I mean, we usually
Well,
don't.
here
show
in
them to us
Shemsara,
direct.
you're equally important, the two of you.
Well, of course, but from a business perspective, I am the business owner. You shouldn't be like entitled to see your documentation. Is this some kind of, I don't know, like the government doesn't have access to every individual's personal identification. This is an exploitation of the personal freedom of each individual.
They do when you teleport in the middle of our bazaar. We have to make sure that you're not some sort of, political spy or someone here to come do bad things or crime.
Carrying a cage of birds. What kind of political spy would that be?
Oh, it could be, we've had some really wild ones in the past. People turning into different things, illusory magic. One time it was a poor hapless person who got mind controlled to then lie for someone else. It was horrible.
Oh, that sounds
Sounds
horrible.
terrible. Well,
So-
I don't know. Perhaps we brought it. Did you bring your documentation? Or because we usually don't do it. Well, it seems we have a problem here.
Is
How many?
can
how
we
many
just bribe this person?
people are in the room? now?
I have
No,
one-
it's a busy marketplace, but there's only one person really attending to you.
But is there technically a second person in the room so he could Slayer the one?
No. Okay. In that case, Zake just stops for a second and imagines something like inside this person's head, something that grabs their attention. Not sure what it would be for this person, but for example, like just a peaceful creek, forever rushing down a hill, and just like twirls his fingers ever so slightly, and well, I'm sure you don't have to worry about it. Let us just go through. as he casts Mesmerize, rendering them. Incapacitated, I guess. It's like unable to move, take actions, or respond to conversation until we leave the scene.
Yeah. Just kind of. It looks like they just start daydreaming.
It kind of makes a show if anyone's watching. Oh, thank you so much. I'm sure no one will notice our presence. We'll just sell our birds and be on our way. Dear, tip the lovely man. Tip him. It was so kind to us.
Yes.
And
I cast produce money.
That is Lena's best spell.
Yep.
it is.
Her only magic.
The only magic
It's
is
her
here's
witch
money.
magic.
Yep.
And as
Now we'll use it to
quickly,
topple
They can't even like take it. You have to like put it in their pocket.
Yeah. I'm also good at that, so that's fine.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna reverse pit pocket this person.
As quickly as we appeared, we dive into the crowd to never be seen again.
So you find yourselves in the upper structure of Shamsara. Up on top of the mesa, the view is just incredible. Out over the sprawling buildings that diminish over distance, you can see the light of the sun, the shadow of the mesa stretch out towards the desert. The mesa at the bottom and across it, there's a flowing river just across this section, and this is like this explosion of green at the end of a ocean of sand. It's honestly just gorgeous.
Lovely.
It's also very hot, but I probably didn't need to mention that.
Yeah. I mean,
So as soon as we're enough, like blended enough, Zeke will just pull Lena up to an alleyway of sorts, so they can chat for a while and see what's the next move. Pull her in.
yeah, I think like Lena's been very quiet, and like when you go to like pull her aside, like she's kind of like doesn't like fight it, but like does a little bit and just like looks at you, just like, and you weren't going to tell me?
Of course I was, but not today. Not when we have this to do.
Not to. You could have said something last night. Like, what we're doing here is important, but you can't. You said that we were in this together. And that you can't. You have a way to get out, and you're not taking it.
I can't. Not until I'm sure there's no other way.
The other way is you dying, or her fucking everything up repeatedly until you die.
It's
And you have an exit and you're just not going to take it.
Lena, you were there when we were talking to him. You were there when he was describing what this Lorelei person did. If we just left this unchecked, it would... Who knows what would happen to the world as we know it? Isn't that why we fight? Isn't that what we do? We make things better, not worse. I thought you would understand.
I don't.
Grah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
shut
The
up,
birds are having their own thing.
That's fine. I don't care about the birds. It's like
Trust.
I don't. Yes, I want to make things better, but I don't think if I care about you more than I care about probably anything else. And I don't care what happens if you're okay. And it's irresponsible and short-sighted, and I don't care. But this isn't the time or the place. So we'll just... It's fine.
It's not fine. No, you're right. It's not the time nor the place. We have something to do, but Lena, I'm sorry. I should have told you. You're right. And I need you to know that we are in this together. But this doesn't exist if the world doesn't exist. And if I have to make the world better just so I can grow old with you by my side, then I'll do that first. Okay? Just like kinda pushes Lena like ever so slightly on her shoulder. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But I promise you, I won't keep anything from you anymore. You have my word. But for now, kind of looks at the cages.
Yeah, two things happen.
Yeah.
The birds are scrabbling at the cage door, like almost getting it open, just like, and also your heart beats. Dun-dun. It doesn't hurt as much as usual, though.
Damn. All right. So we have about 45 minutes until we have to worry about one of the big ones turns back.
What time is it?
Um,
Let me check my sundial.
it's up. I mean, so like to
It's a
sun
smart
high,
sundial.
to sun high, it seems it's about 40 minutes.
Okay. That's not enough time. I'm gonna like kneel down and look at the cages. Be like, so time is super of the essence. Should we just
We know.
let you all go?
Erin says she knows.
Yep, I assume Ferris is losing her tiny bird mind. This is
Just open the damn cage, says Naima. It's like,
Naima says open the damn cage. That was what she
Sure,
said.
yeah.
I didn't say it.
I know you didn't. So I'm gonna open the cages
Thank
and
you
then
for-
just like
Thank you, Ro.
be like, can just where do we need to go? Sake and I will go get this gem. Just
Well,
where?
we as birds can go scout out Solari HQ. You guys can make your way there, and then
Yeah.
we'll come back to you
Yeah.
if we've seen anything.
We as birds
Doctor.
can scout out things too.
Nice.
Doctor, you feel a rumbly in your tummy.
Too big.
Oh, they're a big boy.
Ruh-roh.
Damn you working out!
Damn
Like
these
time
abs!
fuckery. But Naima is going to just right on out and just immediately start gaining altitude to try to go up into the sky and get a look.
Faris will sigh and follow after her.
So as Ferris takes to the sky, and anyone who wants to follow will see this as well. You see one very obvious change to the skyline of Shamsara. a portion out of the Palace of the Sun has been structured off of the side of the mesa, hanging over. It is new construction since you left. And
Okay.
it's, it's just over that part where the convergence is centered.
Funny that.
Yeah. Funny that.
That makes sense.
No, that's heinous.
So good.
Sorry, I apologize.
I didn't even see what
This-
Nunu did.
You know we're live, right, Nunu?
Usually
At
that's
this
my
point,
job.
At this point, Ferris, you feel a rumbling in your tummy.
Oh no. Do I feel like I'm about to change back?
Do you feel rumbling in your tummy?
Okay, alright.
I hope you're not too high.
Doctor, where are you?
Oh, up. Just
All right,
want
so
to
you
note, folded under my wings is my force field.
Sure. Sure. All right, so the birds have located the convergence zone. And then there's like almost like this rumble. You know, like when you're watching Star Wars and they want to let you know that the Force is happening. It's like that. That happens briefly. And then the Doctor ceases being a bird and starts being a man hanging from a piece of Force in the sky.
Oh no! Is he falling?
Oh, he's hanging. He had his force
Yeah.
field because Robert planned ahead.
Yeah, and then I unfold my force field and climb up onto it.
Seeing this, I guess Ferris might start to drift towards the ground.
Oh, this is not
Wait.
very good to be up here. People might
Yeah.
see this.
Is anyone like? Are they in a place where people can actively see them?
Oh yeah, just like up in
Oh
the
my
sky, big black spot.
Instantly,
What?
instantly, Zake just focuses like immensely and just pictures a clear blue sky that patches up with the rest of the sky where they are and casts mirage, making
Oh, nice.
for anyone else that's looking at it just looks like sky.
I was gonna make
You like
a
catch
cloud.
this? You catch the sight of like one boy on the ground who's like just starting to point up. You know, like, "Hey, mom, look!" And then he's just,
Aw,
Not again, Billy.
I can't believe you did that to that poor boy.
I think Birdrow will sort of like perch on the end of the doctor's mask, like looking into the eye and be like, "Do you need me to turn into a bigger bird to give you a ride back down or something?"
No, I can take care of this myself. Thank you, Zo.
Okay. Bro's not gonna leave just yet. Make sure the doctor actually gets down.
Okay, so I just
Uh,
moonwalk backwards down.
Ferris, as you go on down and are just kind of alighting. Oh, what exactly?
I was going to say that just before, because Ferris sees this happen to the doctor, just before she goes, because she's next to Naima, she'll just be like, if I turn back, which I think I might be about to, go scout that area out and then come back to me. Pointing. Meaning the extension of the palace. She
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
point. She's a bird. Naima will know what she means.
But you speak bird, so it works out.
Yeah. And then she'll start to fly back into the alleyway so that it's inconspicuous,
Yeah.
hopefully.
The hawk gives you a distinctive nod and then takes off in that direction.
Mhm.
Alika follows Ferris down. As you're coming back in, but where Lena and Zake are, you realize that you feel yourself start to grow as you're like coming out of the dive.
Yeah. She'll do like
Yeah.
a, video game character roll.
The rolls help.
Yeah,
As
rolls
this
help.
is happening in front of Lena
Yeah.
and Zake will just turn to Lena. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I wish there were birds for longer.
Shut up, Zake.
Should should we not be here?
We can start heading towards the palace. Naima's going to scout it out. She'll stay in that form longer.
Zake, you hear a voice in your ear being, it's like, what a nice illusion. What a beautiful gift I offer.
Oh my gosh, piece of shit.
Wouldn't you rather be my friend receiving my gifts than the other option?
Gosh. Like out loud in front of Faris.
I mean, we could understand what they were saying to one another while we were birds, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you two were arguing about, we can leave it till later, yeah?
That's what I'm trying to do. Trust me.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Alika falls out of the sky with a superhero 3-point landing.
Oh, that's my girlfriend. Is Bird Row near us still?
I was waiting to make sure the doctor actually got someplace safe,
So-
just in case you did need an airborne rescue.
Okay.
So, Doctor, you're just like descending on the force field, right?
Yeah. Just like the way it works, I don't. Well, I guess if it went down, I would just move with it down. But yeah. So yes.
The Doctor just Mary Poppins on down.
Nice. All right, then Ro will like flutter down and
Cool.
land on Ferris's shoulder once the doctor is safe.
Okay. Faris will turn to Ro and be like, "You see where Naima went? Can you go follow her?
Yeah, definitely.
And if she transforms back in midair, you can catch her, right?
Oh yeah, I can turn into a big bird again.
Great. We're gonna head towards the palace. So
Okay, so I'll find you once I find Naima. Sounds good.
yeah, we just want you two to scout out the area, see if you can see anything from the outside.
Actually,
That's
here,
important.
Ro, before you go here, just come
Yeah?
over here, and I'm gonna
I
I
hop over
have
to Lena's
a,
arm.
a flippin' ability that I've never used called Tracker, which I have a tiny little tracker that I can put on something, and then I have a compass that tells me where they are. So I'm
Put
gonna
out
give
my
it
little
to Ro.
bird leg.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it to Ro so that if anything happens, the compass will always point towards the tracker, and if we are in proximity to each other, it'll light up gold.
Aww, I love
So I'll
it.
be like, just hang on to this, and we'll be able to find you if anything happens.
Okay, I'm gonna take off. And Ro's also keeping an eye open for like any other birds that might look more natural to the area they could turn into later if we need to. Because they know.
Yeah. There are birds around. What birds that exist in the desert? I don't know. Vultures? Probably vulture.
Probably
Vultures,
vultures, some
hawks.
smaller ones.
There are some
Yeah.
falcons as well.
Falcons.
I've heard.
Look at
Also,
the
I'll
city,
say
too.
that. Also, as you're like making your way up out of the buildings, they're kind of high, and like you spy clinging to the wall of one of those buildings is just a lizard. Just looks up at you as you go by.
Oh, neat.
Licks his eye, like lizards do when the camera
Yep.
gets close up to a lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ro loves it. Because they've never really left, like, temperate area at all. So this is first, like, brand new biome they're in, too. It's very exciting for Ro. Everyone else is having a terrible time, and they're just like, oh, look, a lizard!
Ro deserves
Just
some
like, I
happiness.
saw a lizard.
Faris just like, God, they get inside your house. They're so annoying. They're everywhere here.
Somebody
get
go
back
find
to-
Mike.
We get back to Valera, then Ro is taking a lizard. I brought this lizard.
Oh my
They
God.
live
no.
in
So as Ro, as you're taking off in the sky, you do notice that there is a slightly larger than you might expect on a casual circumstances contingent of guards led by someone in like the golden armor that Ferris used to wear. Just like heading down the street, not like in the alleyway, but perpendicular to that alleyway that you're in.
The alleyway that I just left everybody in?
Yeah.
Do they look like they're in, like, a hurry, or just kind of like they're walking? Because Ro would have seen, like, guards in Valerith at this point, too.
I mean, it doesn't seem like they're hurrying, but it's also like the middle of the fucking day.
Yeah.
And like no one does shit unless they have to in the middle of the day in the desert.
Yeah. I think as Ro sort of notices that, they'll like swerve back around to give like a just sort of quick heads up to theirs. Be like, there's a bunch of people in fancy armor at like the next street. I think you should be careful, probably. Okay, bye.
But thank you. Okay, I think it's time we go.
Yeah.
Right. If we don't hear from Ro or you, we'll just do our thing and you do yours.
I mean, we're all heading towards the palace.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't explain. They've built an extension on the palace that is extending over the slums. I think that would be the convergence point.
But we're going for different things, though.
Yeah.
I know, but we're heading there together.
I mean,
Might be-
approximately, but it's like opposite ends. Like Solaria headquarters, like the front end, and
Sure,
like
I
the
mean,
back.
we can start walking together, is what
Yeah.
Ferris means.
So,
like,
question: are you going in the direction the people are coming from, or are you gonna like slip out the back, kind of around
no,
the Mesa
Ferris
Rim?
is gonna try and tap into her knowledge of the Shamsaran streets and try to like find a workaround.
All right. Can you roll me the die for that?
Sure. 18.
It's a full success. How dare you?
I know.
Yeah.
Also, you hear her muttering under her breath as you walk, like, I fucking hope that magic potion lasts longer than the bird one.
The bird potion is supposed to last longer, but then time fuckery happened. You can't blame Hawkfrost for time fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
Or can you?
No, you can blame Zake for time
blame
fuckery.
Zeke for time fuckery.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Yeah.
Blame Hawk.
Oh, that's kind of a cascade of Ferris, but that was like a decision. So it really is it's your fault.
Sure.
I
I mean, Ro was the one who suggested the bird potion, so really it's Sam's fault.
You're welcome.
But Everett was the one who initially had the bird potion, so really it's Nat's fault.
Nat's fault. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, you're right,
It all
Megan.
comes
It's just
full
it's
circle.
Nat all the way down.
We can all agree. We can all agree on this, I think.
Nah, all day long. All right.
Scooby Doo, you pull off the mask, you're like, it's Nat.
Yes, Robert.
just as a note, as hear Ferris mutter that under her breath, Dr. Wushko, if at any point it becomes dire that you not look like yourself, just say the word gloom, and I will change what you look like. If it ever becomes dire.
Okay, thank you.
Say gloom and I'll fuck you up.
That is reversible, right? She just mutters quickly.
Yes, it will just cost you 7 of your AP.
Good.
So, Ferris, as you're guiding the crew towards the Palace of the Sun, like, kind of from the side, there's like, so this group of guards that Ro warned you about was just kind of the precursor. Seems that there's a bit of a line going on, and it's kind of like a parade, but more like a safety, like, you know,
Like a
something
show of
and
force
somewhat
type of thing.
someone important is moving,
Yeah.
and like
Close
people
now.
are trying to like line up on the sides to watch.
So they're not necessarily there to, like, you know, give anyone shit. It's more just to protect this person and
Yes.
keep the crowd under control.
But the road is thoroughly blocked.
Great. Are there any other roads around that we can go through?
So this is like the one like right off from the palace, so it's pretty in the way. You could like climb along the side of the mesa, you know, to attack from underneath. You could fly. You could jump from building to building. You know, a good little Assassin's Creed action.
Ooh, I mean, you know I love Assassin's Creed.
Do you?
Does Ferris?
Faris has never played a
Synchronizing.
video game, Zake, because they don't exist in this world. Don't be silly.
Well,
Really?
just climb up to that.
You don't know that.
Climb up to the top of that tower and synchronize, and then tell us what you're gonna do.
That's what Ro and Naima
Uh,
are doing.
Yeah, and then jump
So
into
while
the
you're
head. Fine.
While you're figuring that out, we're gonna pop over to Ro, who is flying alongside Naima, and Naima is like zipping around, being very fast and zipping around this large structure that is slightly less decorative, but no less impressively built, offsuit from the palace. And then it's kind of this moment where she's zipping around, and then she wavers slightly, and she goes "caw," which is, bro, I don't feel so good.
Uh-oh. Do I see like her form starting to shift the way I had seen the doctors and co's?
Not yet, but she does make a pretty hard dive left towards one of the palace windows.
Oh no! I'm gonna go to try and like follow her. Is the window like
Sure.
closed? Is it open?
Yeah, it's like a closed, fancy window.
Oh no! Kaka! I'm gonna shift into like one of the, I don't know, let's say maybe I saw like some vultures flying around, which would be large enough to actually grab like a small hawk. And I'm gonna try to sort of like swoop by to grab Naima so she doesn't go crashing into a window.
Ro is saying no. Got it. All right. Why don't you roll the die?
Let's see. Ro was sent to help keep Naima safe.
Naima just wants to save her brother.
I know. That's a 15.
That's a full success. So you snatch this hawk, and it looks around back, and she just goes, there's a little cock up, but just, what the fuck?
What are you doing? We can't just go breaking into windows.
I'm about to turn back into me. I need to be in there.
Yeah, but you can't do that. Hang on. I'm gonna try to get her like up to the roof or something.
Yeah, and you get like one of the domes, you know, like there's a rim that you can theoretically walk along, and you manage to plop her down as she turns into a very indignant teenager.
I'll plop down next to her, still in my vulture form, and just be like, I'm sorry, I know that kind of sucks, but if we broke a window, everybody would know something weird was going on.
She draws her sword, red playing in the sunlight. Alright, well, we can attack him from two points. Go tell my sister that I'll find my own way in.
Should I like it, but okay. Be careful though, because when I was coming back this way, there were like a bunch of guards out on the streets and stuff, so, I don't know, it's probably not good if we make like a bunch of noise or something.
Naima turns to, because you have a very good view of that street, actually. And you can see at the top of this procession, there's like a slightly covered structure. And she goes, oh, this is the vertex moving. It'll just wait a few.
What's that mean?
He's like the person in charge, kind of, but also not. It's bullshit. Politics is bullshit.
Oh. I mean, yeah, I guess so. It doesn't really make any sense. How are you gonna get in, though? Because, you know, again, you can't break stuff, or they'll know we're here too soon.
You just have to break the right stuff. Hey, I could use some backup. Can you run and fly back, tell Ferris, and then come back and give me backup?
Yeah, I can do that good. Okay, don't make noise without me, and I'll fly back. I'm not gonna like go and land. I'm gonna do like the vulture circle thing kind of above and like shout down at everyone. Be like, Naima's back a human again, and she's gonna go inside and wants me to come with her. You're muted, Izza.
We can't talk back to her telepathically, can we? I know we ask this all the time.
Not telepathically, no.
Damn it.
You could like wave and gesture for them to come down.
That's exactly what Ferris is gonna do.
But at this point, you're getting there's like you're kind of at the rim, at the fringe of this crowd that's gathered. So a vulture just landing might be a little like, that's weird. It's up to you.
Kaka!
Blow our cover.
Yeah, no, she makes to do that and then looks to the crowd and then just kind of gives her a tentative thumbs up. There's nothing she can do at this point.
Is the vulture nearby in terms of distance, Nat?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, so as Zeke sees the vulture kind of swooping in midair, it's just gonna focus super hard on the vulture's shape and suddenly just vanishes. And then Zeke signals for Ro to come down and flip, making the row invisible.
Oh
Zake
shit!
is so much more useful now.
Yeah.
I know, right?
When
Yeah.
Zeke
Learn all of his
spends
magic.
AP,
Yeah.
Right. I'll flop down, and I guess you sort of just see, see and hear like the imprint of like claws on like the ground, like the sand, just like, and you
have
hear
1
like
minute.
feathers rustling. I'm like, what's going on? What should I do? Do you want me to tell Naima to wait?
I don't want Naima to sneak in alone.
Who's going with?
Yeah, I can go. She said she wanted backup. I'm good at backup.
I mean, I don't want Naima to go in without me there. She's reckless. Don't tell her I said that.
Okay. But you'll all be there soon, right?
We're gonna try. You can stay in bird form for as long as possible, so if you can circle the building and find any more information, that would be useful. We're going to try and make our way there as quickly as possible.
Okay. Okay, so I will try to find more information and then come back, or you want me to stay with Naima?
Stay with Naima.
Oh, okay, I can do that then. Alright.
just
Yeah.
in case, Ro, I feel like I remember that you had a flute that only your friends could hear, or am I remembering that wrong?
Yeah, Ferris gave it to me for my birthday.
Yeah, so if anything goes wrong, blow it if we are nearby and we can hear it. That at least helps us know.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah. Okay, alright, I will see you all soon. Be safe. And you just sort of see the dust cloud as invisible vulture rose, like, flaps to take off again.
As you start to fly to approach the portion of the palace roof where Naima had waited, flying that direction, you see a guard standing there, looking about kind of suspiciously. And then stepping out from around the corner is Naima, about 9 feet tall, who just bashes him in the back of the head with the pommel of her sword, and his eyes just roll back and he crumples.
Whoa, neat! Just like in her head.
This fucking kid.
I'm probably
she-
visible again by now. So.
Yeah. And she morphs back down. Phew, 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 phew.
That was so cool. How long does that last? Can you just like stay huge?
Can, but it wouldn't be as good for sneaking around.
No. Okay, well, I can come and stay with you now.
Yeah. Oh, should we hide this person? She's like looking at this unconscious guard, like.
Oh, I don't know. Do you think people will come out here? I guess they did.
Well, if I had to guess, the vertex moving out is probably to distract from the conversions happening on the literal opposite side of the mesa. So, they probably won't find him for a while. Come on, we can go down the way you came up.
Okay, sure.
And she just goes off, jumps across a small gap.
I will follow. I think once we're actually inside anywhere, though, I'll turn back into a person, because that will be less strange than a bird.
Reasonable. Back on the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we able to like follow the path that's like been laid out by the parade, like walk, parallel to it towards the palace, and then at some point when it peters out, kind of try to move through?
Yeah, you can go to the back and then get through. You're looking at it's probably that whole motion, traversing that direction and kind of getting there. You find yourselves. You can get behind it. You also pass the vertex. He's standing. Looks very majestic.
Sure, he does.
Yeah. But that whole motion takes about 10 minutes. Then you find yourselves out front of the Palace of the Sun, upon the grand gleaming steps. Pillars are beautiful. This would be the point to split up, but we can do that next week.
Oh God.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's late.
It is late.
Yep.
Oh no! That happened so fast.
It was-
It's time.
Things happened.
We did a lot, yeah.
Things sure did
Things
happen.
happened. You think?
Really?
My God.
Zake made a new enemy, which I quite enjoying playing with.
Unacceptable.
No, what? They seem very friendly. They're just saying nice things to Zig.
Just want to be friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pet enemy
A
is
bit
Lena.
forcefully, but
I just love the awkward, like, like your friends as birds in cages listening to you two just like have that conversation.
that was the best.
Lena couldn't fill a thimble with how little she cared.
Just like
That
looking
everybody
at
was there,
each
just
other
like-
on our bird perches, like, oh.
Squawk, squawk,
Deal with
squawk.
it. It's
Like
it's
Faris was
fine.
trying to get that birdcage open the entire time.
Well.
Just like, we don't have time for fucking, like, relationship drama right now.
I
It's
know.
not just relationship drama.
Maybe we could have made it to the palace in time. What?
Can you just imagine, like, think back to the beginning of this session where we were. Do you think this is? Can you imagine that this session was going to be what happened?
No.
Like this is one of the more surprising ones.
Yeah.
I
All
mean,
things
we
considered.
knew we'd get to Shamsara as birds, and we did.
Yeah.
That one
is
we
So
nailed.
in that regard,
That one we
Yeah,
nailed.
so honestly, it just
Nailed
happened
it.
exactly as
worked
we expected.
perfectly.
And hey, Nunu, it fucking worked, didn't it?
Sure did, yeah.
It
I just
did.
wish we had more time as birds. That's all
Which
I
is
wish.
really funny to me.
After being so worried it would be too long.
Now,
Like, I just wish
Time
I had
is
a
running
fantasy
short.
passport.
Now time is running short.
Uh-oh.
It's
Oh,
fine.
no.
We still have full Solari armor in Lena's bag that we
Yeah.
can use for something.
That's
We do.
true.
Oh gosh.
all right. So that was this session. Next session, our second to last session of the season.
Yeah.
Penultimate episode.
More Shamsara.
More
Shamsara.
Shamsara.
The
Yeah,
season
join us
flew
again for-
by.
It
Yeah,
really
really
did.
AC Shamsara.
Yeah.
Can you just
JC Shamsara.
Can you just imagine if we had decided to do an 8 episode season instead of 10? We would have about another hour probably, and then we'd be done.
I
Oh,
know.
Nope.
jeez.
Unacceptable.
No.
Nope, we're good.
The thought
We're
of
good.
that
Not
hurts.
possible.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm glad we decided to do 10.
Truth is, it's still gonna happen. Like that feeling is still gonna happen
Yeah,
in the
it's
10th
still not
episode, so
enough.
it's absolutely fine.
Every
Yeah.
time.
Still not gonna be enough.
Well, anyway,
All right, it's
hope
time.
you enjoyed it. Through Shadow's Eyes. I've been the guide. I'm Nat. You can find me every Monday here playing with these 5 excellent humans. You can also see me on Wednesdays, twitch.tv/FinTheBin, playing a Pokemon Soul Silver hack with Izza and our friend Finn. And you can also, next month, starting in April, we'll also, once again with Izza and Finn, and 2 other really cool people, also on Finn's channel, be playing Downfall, our Spire actual play. I'm very hype for that.
It's gonna be great.
And if you'd like just me, like if you like watching how I ran this game, you can follow me on Twitter at CrimeNet. That's me. Why don't I pass it over to my right to Robert?
Well, left on the
The left on the overlay.
overlay.
Yeah, but it's stage right. It's my.
Oh.
I'm turning right.
Yes.
It makes sense. Come on, it was intentional. I'm looking right at the thing. That was a choice.
It was a choice.
Hello, I am Robert Allen, voice actor. You can find me on the interwebs at Voices of Robert and almost every website that you can think of that has ever been made. Not that many, but all the social media. Here, of course, every Monday at 6:30. And then, of course, what is it? The week of the 23rd, Sam, that we're doing the
Yes.
Yes, on the week of the
Yes.
23rd, we are doing a multiple sclerosis fundraiser for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, which is a thing that I personally love very much, and I have multiple sclerosis, so it's important to me, and I'm excited for that. And we are also having, as any other friends like Megan may expound upon, should she wish to, a Masks one shot. The Tuesday thereafter our Monday show, And I am excited to see where we go with it and hope that everyone can join in and help us make it a big thing. And that's it. Megan, please, take it away.
Hello, I am Megan. You can find me at MeganLynnFTW. Most places you can find somebody on the internet. You can find me here, obviously Mondays, with these amazing people. You can find me also the last Tuesday of the month here on the Chromatic Chimera with my show Unprepared, where I facilitate GMless and prepless games for my friends. This month we are playing Our Lady, which is a wonderful game that my friend Jess wrote, and I'm very, very excited to play it. And like Robert said, on the 23rd, we are playing in a Masks one-shot, GM'd by our wonderful friend James from Protean City Comics, and we're so, so excited to be playing Masks, so we're gonna have a nice one-shot and raise some, hopefully, raise some money for the National MS Foundation. And it's the day after our season finale, so you can have us 2 days in a row if you decide that you would like to see us 2 days in a row. Bless you all.
Now, remember, for that, like, you have to compartmentalize how mean I am on the finale versus how you have to get to treat my little boy Crux, the day after.
That is
Make no promises.
That kid
You're
is gonna
done.
die.
Yeah,
that
you're
kid
done.
is gonna
Just,
die.
you're dead. First 5
Hey.
minutes.
Hey, that's not up to any of us. That's up to James. You know
Luckily,
what to do.
James watches this stream, so
Yeah, luckily James is aware of what's happening.
James is right
also, yeah. Also, I write games. And you can find any of my games on meganlynnftw.itch.io. So you can check those out there. And I think that's it. Iz and I are going to be on an Aegon podcast together, which is coming out sometime this spring. It's going to be wonderful. Aegon is amazing, and I'm just overjoyed to be playing more Aegon. Everybody should play more Aegon. And I think, looking at quick glance at the calendar, yeah, that's it for me. So I'm going to pass it over to my other half, Izza.
Hi, I'm the British Megan. My name is Izza. You can find me at Evil Clever Dog.
It's
on
the
Twitter and
translation.
Instagram. Yeah.
If you translate Megan into British English, it's Izza.
Yeah, it's me. You can find me at Evil Clever Dog on Twitter and Instagram. I also have a YouTube channel also called Evil Clever Dog, where I do content about cosplay and crafting and design. I am currently rushing to try and get a WandaVision related video done in time to jump on the bandwagon because I already had my video for this month finished, and then I was like, you know what, I think I can do this. So,
And you can.
tune in to watch that when it happens. Yeah, Nat and Megan already covered some of the other things I'm doing, but as well as that, I'm also part of the Asians Represent podcast on their Critical Read Al-Qadim stream, Alka stream, as I like to call it, where we analyze and tear apart a horribly racist old D&D book. Come and watch us do it every third Saturday of the month. It's fun and horrific. And I'm also going to be in a charity one-shot stream with the Legends Cast, which is a superhero RPG podcast. To find out more about that, you can go to @TheLegendsCast1 on Twitter. That's going to be on March 27th, so a couple days after the Masks one-shot. It's a superhero-y week for me. Yeah, I think that's all my stuff for now, so Nunu, you go.
Cool. Yeah, I'm Nunu. I play Zake the Charmblade here every Monday with these lovely people, and that's about the extent of my projects that are outward facing. In the future there will be some more, but for now that's it. And speaking of this game and speaking of Quest, we here at No Initiative are Quest affiliates. That means that if you want to buy the game and play it yourself with your friends, you can do so at a discounted price with 10% off. Not only the game though, everything that's in store, that's venture.game/store, can be included in this discount code. The discount code is No Initiative, no spaces, full caps. So again, code is No Initiative, no spaces, full caps for 10% off of everything in adventure.game/store, and it's a fucking beautiful book, so go and get it if you haven't yet. that's it. See you next Monday for episode 9. Sam.
Hey everyone, I am Sam. You can find me on Twitter at TheSamWisest. I am the Samwise Game G here on Twitch. I'm one of the admins here at the Chromatic Chimera. I am the accessibility director. You can see me right back here on Wednesday. I'm going to be in our 13th age game, Madame Curio's Bizarre Bazaar. I am also going to be in our upcoming 13th age game that is starting in April. April 7th is actually going to be our premiere. So check that out. I'm going to be in Woven Realm. It's going to be our new sort of like flagship Wednesday games. We're going to be ditching the alternating Wednesday schedule. So it's actually going to be every Wednesday now, and I'm very excited about that. So come see me play an arthritic stoner cat person. It's gonna be great. Otherwise, you can see me. I'm here on Mondays, and I am going to be guesting on our admin, the Noir Enigmas channel, on the 27th. I don't think we've actually announced what's coming up that date yet, but keep your eyes open. I will be over there. And we also recently announced that I'm going to be GMing a Masks podcast here at the Chromatic Chimera called Curio Academy. It is a ridiculous comic-ified alternate universe of a bunch of different campaigns that we have played here. The Heroes of Starfall Spire might actually have a little bit of a cameo at one point, so keep your eyes open for that. And speaking of podcasts, we here at No Initiative have been re-releasing our Quest series in podcast form. So if this was like your first session and you're kind of confused about what the heck is going on, go to anchor.fm/no-initiative or just search for Quest the Soaring City on Spotify, iTunes, other podcast platforms, and you can catch up that way. It's a lot of fun, and I do all of the editing, so check it out. And I think that's all I've got going on. Nat, is there any parting words you have for us, or are we good?
To refer to what's coming up, I'm still sorry, cause there's more.
Oh no!
Get us out,
Bring the
Robert.
pain.
Robert, get us
Bring
out.
the pain.
Get us
Let's
out.
get
us out.
sad.
It's about-
Let's get sad. Let's get sad.
Bye bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye, everyone.